Welcome, my beautiful soul family. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys are doing good out there. So instead of uploading 12 videos this month, I actually decided to edit them all into one long video. So I will only pop up once in your feed. Please let me know if you guys prefer this way. And maybe I can do it for December readings as well. Or maybe you'd rather have me turn it around back, put it back into the old ways with 12 videos. Let me know. You can find the link to your sign, so to your reading for this month of November, in the comment section. I'll also leave it in the description box so you can scroll down and find it there as well. Happy birthday to my Scorpios, and of course that's the first sign I'm gonna read for. And if you're not a Scorpio and you're looking for your sign, scroll down below and you can click forward, and your reading will start there. All right, have a beautiful month of November. Happy Halloween, happy full moon. If this is uploaded on full moon, I'm not sure that. I still have to edit this. So I love you guys, and let's get into these readings. Alright, Scorpio, welcome. Thank you for tuning in, and happy birthday to you guys. I hope you will have an amazing birthday season. I'm excited for Scorpio season always, I love you guys, so I'm excited. But I hope you guys will have an amazing time once again. Feel free to leave your birthday in the comment section if that's something that you would like to do. And for the rest, I just kind of want to jump into your reading. If I could come up with a birthday spread, I would definitely be similar to this, okay? Because the universe is like blessing you all around. And I think after such a hard year, you guys really do deserve to have like a real reset and moving forward of the energy, right? To undo yourself certain blockages of certain standstills and delays, and to just allow new energy to come in. So I did something different this month. I'm testing it out. I'm putting all 12 signs into one video. So if you guys are subscribed and you have the notification on, you don't get like 12 videos all over the place. And some of you don't really get all the notifications, because sometimes I upload more than one in one time, and then you get only one notification, and then people are like, where's my reading? And so now I kind of wanted to just try it out, to put it all in one video, so you get one notification, and you guys can come and watch when you feel like it, when you have the time. So yeah, let me know what you find, if you like it like this. Of course, I would love some feedback on that. So anyway, I did also something different because I did a pre-shuffle. I was shuffling on your energy, and I just wanted to lay it out, and so I could sort of meditate on the cards as well, and get the message out that I'm channeling with the cards. So that's something different I would like to try, because normally I'm spending so much time and energy on the shuffling during the reading, and sometimes I get distracted or I miss something because I'm too focused on shuffling the cards or something like that. So I kind of want to just to try different things. It's almost 2021. It's time for something else. So yeah, once again, let me know if you guys like it like this. And let's get into your reading, all right? I do have some throat chakra blockages the moment I start to tune into your energy. So there's certain things that might be left unsaid. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to jump right in to my apologies. I'm gonna drink some water, okay? All right. Oh, that's better. I think so. All right. What I'm getting for you guys with this spread, just overall the energy and also the oracle cards that came with this reading, it's like a reset is happening. And like I said earlier on, this is a moment in time for you for a energetic upgrade, but also a reset button. You get the button, you can push it. It's so much first house activation, and then you also have 8th house energy coming up, which also connects to your energy once again. It's literally all things that you're comfortable with, all things that are familiar. But because Mercury retrograde was also connected to your sign, you might really had some certain things coming up, all right, like old stuff that you haven't really paid any attention to, something that you already overcame, something you already moved through, and now all of a sudden you might have experienced certain old feelings and emotions coming up, popping up basically, and coming through. It's not necessarily here to like, I'm back, let's do this whole round all over again. No, it's really for you to just have a clear vision. Have a clear vision and understand your inner power. Because Scorpio, whether you're very external or internal, whether you are very loud in a crowd or in a room or very silent, you make an impact. Okay? You get this strong, energetic energy about you, make an impact regardless. And I think that that's also something that is good for you to come into, because it's your strength. So if you come into knowing that all sides of you are allowed, you don't have to be a certain way outside and be a certain way internally. You don't have to deal with emotions very silently, and for example express other things very loudly. So it's a balanced thing. No, it can be both. You can be very verbal about how you're feeling, what you're feeling, maybe what you have experienced in the past, and maybe go into a confrontational conversation, not to make the other person, feel bad or press all your energy onto them. It's more like, I want to share my feelings because they are valid and it doesn't show any weakness. Sometimes you just need to get it out. Okay, I'm not saying that that's for all of you. I'm not saying everybody just needs to have deep conversations with people, but there might be certain individuals in your life, in whatever way. Could be a life partner, could be a family member, could be a good friend or an old friend, or maybe it could also really be somebody at work, a colleague, a manager, anything in that direction. Okay, so don't necessarily tune into just one particular person. There might be certain individuals or one individual that you kind of have this way with. It's almost like an unspoken game. I'm not saying you're playing games, but it's like a back and forth. It's like, I put this, then he or she gonna do that, and I'll do this and I'll do that. Something like a chess game, because you know exactly what you want out of a connection, out of a conversation, out of a situation. And sometimes when you cannot really have the ultimate thing, the thing that would actually give you that 9 of Cups energy, you settle for something that is similar, or settle for something like, at least I'm getting this out of it so I can handle with that part. So at least I'm getting paid. I'm really okay. I know it's not this, but at least it's this. You see, again, throat chakra, it's so clear that it's time for a reset. Just understand that once you start doing that with multiple people in your life or multiple situations in your life, whether it has to do with your future, or it has to do with how you're feeling about, how you're dealing with relationships, how you're dealing with partnerships, things like that, it just piles up. And at one point, everything, you just keeping it all inside. You're walking around with this weight that you don't have to carry, but it's easier to flow in certain moments, in certain present moments, but in the longer haul, it's actually just too heavy to carry. There's so much stuff you sort of have packed on your backpack, So I'm not saying that necessarily is for everybody and all of you are dealing with that. But that's for some, for best, I think it's a big group of Scorpios that under the lining and underneath the table have swept things under the rug. And now it's time to just expose it. And I think Mercury in your sign, Mercury retrograde in your sign, definitely have showed you exactly what's hiding underneath the carpet. And then what do we do with that? Once things are sort of exposed, when things come to the surface, how do we deal with it? Can we take a moment to just sort of allow it to be here without having an instant solution to the feeling so it can evaporate again. It's like, can we just look at it in a way of, okay, so there are certain things on this rock that I've sort of, collected, or it just happened, or I just didn't have the time to process. It might have to do with maybe you lost someone, and you in the moment there's this whole like, okay, the funeral, or all of those things are really just practical, like it has to be done in a certain timeline, and then once after all of that is gone and behind you, then the grieving comes. But then you might have children, and they sort of take you all back into the moment, and you just go on and on and on. Or work is very hectic, and you don't really have any time to process the grief that might come up. So it's like having that reset and having this feeling of like, wow, I'm really feeling good, I can really be in alignment with my feelings. And just having that energy of like, I got faith and I have good vibes and I know where I'm going, and like all of that motivational energy. And it's just important to sort of reset yourself and and to just clear things out and clean it out. It might come in like cleaning out closets, cleaning out your car, cleaning up your desk or the drawers of your desk. It's just by, okay, I'm going to just allow it to come in. I'm going to take some time, and instead of doing it all by myself, I might actually call somebody to come, have a nice night, to talk about things, maybe drink some wine. I don't know if that's something you do. Have a wine, just speak about things, let it all out. Even if it's just one particular person you talk to that person. If it might be a professional that you trust the most, it's all up to you to just allow yourself to look at the outcome it gives you when you actually allow it to be an external thing instead of internally. You see, and you might also have hold on to certain grudges towards people because of things that have happened. You might have hold on to some anger or some resentment, and it's not necessarily on your mind on a daily basis, but when that person pops up, you're like, I don't like you. I still have this past with you. I still have that feeling, and I don't like you, don't want to talk to you, don't want to see you, don't call me. And that's an energy that it's hurting you on the surface, in the long term. So sometimes it might pop up. The person might keep popping up in people's mouths and on your feet, because they want you to just let it go, Scorpio. To allow it to just send it out, to end a karmic energy, to end a cycle with that person that might have hurt you or really did ringer on you, but to just allow the cycle to end, and to let the energy flow away. It's no longer attached to you anymore. To just set it free. Let karma deal with things from that point. And that's the energy I'm feeling. I'm going to get into the cards, but this is also really what I'm reading from the cards. So I'm doing it like this. So you can just listen, Something else that I was picking up on was the ending of a tough cycle really is approaching for you. Okay, so that's why things come up. That's why you feel the way you feel things. But it's really coming up. It's like you're putting the 10 of Wands down and you're just starting out with one, or you two, of course, What I also felt was that, and it gave me this image, and I was like, okay, I'm going to share that with you guys. You see all this good vibes energy coming up here. You have like the 9 of Cups, which is like the yes card, and let's go for it, and you're getting what you want, and you're feeling content and happy, and you just, you're just good with the Star card, and the 6 of Cups, and the 10 of Cups, and the Chariot. It's like all such good energy, and that's the energy I really wanted for you guys as well. So what I see with this is it's the restoring of the faith. All right, restoring of the faith. having faith in divine timing, having faith in the universe, having faith that you are manifesting and things are coming in for you. And that a big part of manifesting those things into your reality is by feeling it's on its way, by feeling the feelings that you would feel if you already had received it, you know, like feeling that energy deeply. And it's like this, okay? What if we would wake up in a very, very cloudy, rainy day? The gray days, what I'm calling them, okay? It's this dark and gloomy, and the light doesn't really show through. It's just there, and you just, you don't feel that energized. That is not for all. Some of you really love those gray days, and they're nice sometimes because they help us to slow down. But if they last for too long, it just start to affect your energy. So basically, if you have those days, but that's also the day you are going to fly to a different destination, all right? You might go on vacation, you might go to a business trip or something like that. You're going on an airplane, and this airplane is, you know, is standing there in the rain. You look through it from the gate and you walk in, and the airplane starting to ride and then takes off, and it's like all this, you know, you see the city, it's raining still, there's rain dribbling all over your airplane windows, you know. And then all of a sudden you come through these clouds and you fly above the clouds, and what do you see when you come up to that point? The sun. Like the sun is always shining right there, even if we can't see it, if we can't feel it. You know, knowledge is, we know that we know, even though we can't see it, it's shining. Today, the sun is always shining each and every day above the clouds, beyond what we can see. It's just a mask. It's just a layer on top of what is. And that's what they're showing me with your belief. It's like believing the things you cannot see, but you know are possible, but you know it can come. And the knowing is the faith. The knowing is knowing that the universe is going to come and bring it to you. You know the sun is shining above the clouds, but you can't see. So believing beyond sight, believing in the things you cannot see. And that's the thing that I'm picking up for you guys. And that's why I'm showing it, you know, sharing it in this way. And that's what's happening. And it's starting to really pick up an energy. You started to pick up an energy within yourself because of that faith. It's restored. It's like you came out of this hard time where things were really, they just wouldn't flow. And they wouldn't flow for almost all of us. You were not alone in that. But I definitely think that my Scorpios had a hard year. Like if we come from your last birthday to this birthday, it was a very intense year. You know, your new cycle is starting this season as a Scorpio, and it's all like so much first house activation. So you really can get to the center of things and hit that push that reset button and come from a place of, I know beyond it all, it's happening for me, and there's a bigger plan, and vibing with that flow. And I think that energy, but you're starting to see some results as well, because, you know, of course, birthday season, so you're going to get some nice things coming to you, all right? You're picking up that energy with the Six of Cups, and it's like almost like even a childhood dreams might pop up again. You're like, you know what? I always wanted to get married and have kids. That might be an option, okay? It doesn't have to be, but it's like, you know what? I always have this vision of me with a certain particular person and children. I might actually I always wanted to adopt children. I don't know why I stopped wanting that, you know, something like that. There's really a view of your life, and you start to really see, like, this is what I want. This is what's gonna make me happy. And I don't understand why I'm settling for anything less than that, because that is in alignment with my soul and my pathway. So you are getting on your chariot, ready to really get to a point where you feel that way again, Scorpio. You know, you're like, I'm going to get what I want, because I can get what I want, because I have the Nine of Cups, because you really believe in it. And I think that's so powerful. That's why I love your reading so much. You see the Eight of Wands with the Emperor, Two of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. I feel it's a friction. it's a friction between two worlds. It's a friction between two people, but it also might be in an internal conflict of like what's practical and what's spiritual. So what's the thing that I want and what's the thing that I really need, and going with the flow with that. So I do see that you might have a very challenging person around you. This could be a manager, it could be a boss figure, you know, with the emperor, and they might have a lot to say. But like I said, whether you're silent or loud, you make an impact. So use it. Okay. If you could see my smile right now. It's the Scorpio smile. When you walk out of a room and people are confused, what just happened? Just you really told me to just go fuck myself? With the nicest smile? Huh? I'm sorry. Let's move on. Two of Wands, Knight of Swords, getting on back on your horse. It's like you got a lot to say. You don't need nobody to come and mess with your future planning and what you want. And there's really this person you don't vibe with, okay? Who is this person, Scorpio? Who is this person that like you don't really vibe with? Because I see an energy, because there's a shift between the two of you. It might also be another group, or it might be something opposite, okay? It's not vibing, and it's asking for you to get to the core of that, because what's happening is that you both are so forward movement, not going the confrontation out of the way. And then there's this Tower energy. This might be a partner, all right? It might be a partner who's very bossy. It might be, you know, a partner who has a very strong-minded opinion, or a very strong structured way of doing things, wanting to do the best for the family, wanting to do the best for the relationship, but it's not letting any room for your aspirations and your things. And I feel like you're done with it. Like you're like, I want it like this. Okay? I mean, you can have the whole entire house, you can do the whole interior the way, but this room is my room, and I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. All right? Take it or leave it. God damn it. It's an engine feeling. I'm sorry if I said, you know, swearing word. Anyway, the Tower happens. And you know why the Tower happens? Because it's like, yes, this is the Tower you want. All right? This is how when everything just falls down. But it was not a healthy, happy, long-term, grounded foundation. All right, this might be a person, so you might feel like you have more friction than usual. Normally you flow, but this month you just, you know, certain moments where you just don't flow, you're not on one line, and you're like, you know what, let's talk about this. All right? And it's about, you might have some things to say, and I see that person that you're saying it to, you're communicating it to, is picking up the energy of the Eight of Wands. He or she wants to actually improve that, because you are finally opening up and sharing what has been on your mind, what you would like to see, what is your expectations. It might even be just that simple. What are your future expectations? What do you expect of me? It might be a question towards you, and then you say, you know what, I kind of expect a more open-minded energy towards our future, to just also allow things to come and flow in. And that person be like, you know what, I'm going to take action on that. You know, action, actively taking action to making it happen. And I think that's very positive, because the this 8 house energy. So that might be around the full moon lunar eclipse. All right, in your 8th house, an ending comes. All right, this is also a really good time for you if you kind of want to break with certain habits. It might be cigarettes or alcohol. Maybe you want to drink less, or you know, or anything. Maybe you want to start going to a gym, or maybe you kind of want to take it more easier on your body and might have been overdoing it in the gym. You don't know. Or well, I don't know. You know. And to just break through certain habits, or the way you communicate with your partner, the way you communicate with people at work, the way you chase your dreams or not, the way you have faith, everything, there's an ending happening and a new opening coming up, right, with the tower here, and that's like that lunar eclipse. So what happens when you have a lunar eclipse in your 8th house? Four of Wands. Because the thing is, when you express yourself, you might be surprised about how willing people are to just give you a hug, or to actually listen to you, and actually actively integrating certain things. Don't feel like because people haven't been able to listen to you or to your ideas or things like that, that they're not gonna, because the energy is easing up. November is a really good month for trying things one more time and actually seeing that now it does work, because it's supported by the planets, you know, and the universe, that energy. So I see that through your heart chakra, and also being able to really tune into that way deeper, because there's no longer so much grief or so much resentment or so much blockages or things you've been storing up, right? Like we spoke about in the beginning, you're actually feeling so much better because of that. You see, you have the King of Cups. You start to understand that there's an ultimate happiness, not with the double-sided face of love, the double side. It's like it can just be pure love, and I can be, you know, do the things that I feel guided to do, and that's also being a grown-up. You don't always have to be practical or do the things in a certain way that are so far removed from how you feel about something, you know, and what makes you happy. You can be a grown-up and still chase your dreams, and still doing exactly, you know, what a grown-up thing is to do. So yeah, that's the energy I'm getting. And you ended up with a Hangman in reverse, or well, I like to call it upright, because he's upright, so you can get off the tree and walk off. And that's because you're enlightened. All right, don't underestimate the intuitive wisdom you download and the downgrades. You know, the downloads you get, the information you receive in your own season. It's very heightened. So use that. But the thing is, once you come in alignment with this energy again, not have the blockages around, it's like a zoom, you know? It's having a fly in a room. It's there. You don't always hear it, but at the most unexpected moments, it starts zooming above your head or next to your ear, and you're like, what is that? You know, and that's sort of, sometimes when you have certain things stored within, it's like having a fly in a room. It's there. It's not taking up the entire room. No. So you can probably function pretty good with a fly in a room. But then there's these moments, it does bring you out of balance, because all of a sudden it's in your ear. You're like this, you know? And that's a trigger. That's something that's inside. You kind of have stored there because life took you another direction. But it's important to look at it. Are there any flies in the room? Is there anything that can really just bring me out of balance like that? And it's cleaning out. It's open up the window and then the fly out. See? So that's what I'm trying to say. I hope it makes sense. Sorry, Scorpio, the camera got cut off for some reason. But yes, I wanted to end this reading for you guys with focusing a little bit more on these images. If you look at these two images, what's the first thing that you see? Well, I immediately felt the connection between those two images, because they're both holding, nurturing, supporting someone. You see, and that is human, and also the animal kingdom does that. To give that sense of comfort, that sense of space for another person, whether that's you receiving that space or you giving that space of yourself, that your feminine energy coming forward and being that, or allowing someone to be there for you in that way. I think that's just beautiful, the way they captured that. This is from two different decks actually, but both came out. All right, and I thought that was just so beautiful. So I'm going to read the message from the book that belongs to this card. And yeah, let's see. All right. Tree of Winter. The need to heal emotional wounds, sadness that fades with time, getting comfort from others. Whether you're human or a part of the animal kingdom, sadness is a part of life. Don't go through the healing process alone. Reach out to those who love and care for you. Let others who have experienced what you're going through offer their compassion and wisdom. You may need to take a little time to be sad, but make sure you begin to work your way through the emotions soon. You'll heal from this loss. In doing so, be stronger than you have ever been before. This card also indicates a need for you to be there for someone who's hurting. Rose-breasted grosbacks are beautiful birds with a red crest that almost heart shapes on their chest. For this reason, they represent healing from heartbreak and emotional pain, a reminder that time heals all wounds and joy will come back into your life in due course. The grosbeaks ask you to practice forgiveness of yourself and forgiveness of others and release the past. Wow, that's a powerful message, Scorpio. So the energy that I, really feel strongly with this card, the words that they said was, give yourself some space to feel sad. And I think that's important, a very important part of the healing process. We sometimes want to quickly heal and quickly feel better and go from one distraction into another, but then it might be weeks or months or years later you're realizing you haven't really processed certain energy or emotions. So give yourself that space and allow somebody to be there for you in a way like we spoke about during this reading. All right, Scorpio, I'm going to head over to Patreon now and do an extended for your reading. Feel free to join me over there. I would love to see you over at Patreon. But if that's not possible right now, I will love you the same. And I'll be back soon on my channel, okay? I love you. Once again, happy birthday. And I'll see you on the other side. Mwah. Bye. Right, Pisces, welcome to your November reading. Thank you for being here and tuning in. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this new way of me doing the readings. Let me know in the comment section if this is something you prefer. I think it's just, overall best way to go, because I also wanted to change the shuffle. Sometimes I get caught up in the shuffle too much and I miss out on certain messages, and now I really just took the time, put on some meditation music, started to shuffle the cards, lay them down, meditate on them, and then start recording, the reading. So let me know. All right, so right off the bat, this is a month of really internal contemplation, soul's journey, soul's wisdom, and just overall reconnecting with that part of yourself. Of course, we're in Scorpio season, so us water signs, the triangle. I'm the the Cancer, you're the Pisces, and then we have beautiful Scorpio sister water sign that's bringing in some enlightenment for us. All right, it's bringing us closer to a sense of self, and I think that's where our power is at. That's where our determination lays, and the life and soul energy comes from, where we can tap into and where we can really, the things that we can benefit from and that we can use in the day-to-day things in life. Okay, so what I got for you guys, very interesting. First of all, the number 9 keeps popping up, and then I checked out the astrology for you guys, and you have a new moon in your 9th house. That's on the 15th of November, and then you also had Mercury retrograding in your 9th house. So you might have felt a little bit like not in connection with your surrounding. Like you want different, you want adventure, you want change, you want things, you want to go beyond things, you want to learn more about certain spiritual aspects, or it might be more astrology, wise, or science, or things like that, like just wisdom, things that just spark within you, and you felt this urge to sort of look and go beyond. I think that's very healthy, because you guys are, like I said the last time, the astrofishes, swimming, going with the tides of the energies. But what I got for you because of that was a high, the word basically, and the thing that kept popping up this last couple of weeks actually, just little things here and there that kept popping up, kept indicating the same thing. I was like, wow, and I just really need to tune into that, like what is it connected to. And I did like a couple weeks ago, and then I started shuffling your reading, shuffling your cards, laying them down and tuning into your reading, and all I felt was this thing came back up, and it is actually high functioning anxiety. You have, of course, the anxiety and depression, but you have like the anxiety where you sort of feel limited or paralyzed, of sometimes of fear of actually trying new things or going to places, because you just sort of get consumed by the fear, and that has this anxiety disorder. But you also have the other side of it, and that's not really recognized as much in society. Basically, that's the high functional anxiety, and that's something that I really felt coming through to your reading, and it's something we're not always aware of, or most people that are suffering from that are not that aware of it. Sometimes it's we're calling it a fear of failure, or a fear of disappointing. Maybe you call yourself, sometimes find yourself in people pleasing, and having a hard time maybe saying no, but that can just sort of connect to, like, you think it might connect to just your characters, just the person you are, just little things and habits that you can actually have throughout your daily routine, or the way in your business, at work, in your relationships, in your family and friend relationships as well, where you have developed certain habits and certain ways of being that actually connect very strongly to high functional anxiety, and it can actually get more serious down the line. I'm not trying to tell you guys, oh, everyone who's listening right now, you guys have high functional anxiety. No, because first of all, I'm not a doctor, of course, but I do definitely feel it in your energy. You might have certain qualities that hold you back, or you feel that you always have to put in so much, into friendship, into work, into things, because you feel that's just your life, or you don't want to come in late. And sometimes it's like, for example, being on time, you might have this whole thing around it, like you might wake up an hour too early before your alarm goes off, because you're like, you have this fear of, I don't want to be late, and it sort of consumes you even before you fall asleep. Like, what if I can't, what if I don't hear my alarm clock, what if I won't wake up, what if I'm too late? It's like little things that we could see as sort of normal, especially if you have to be at a certain spot in a certain time in the morning, or day, where it's kind of important that you're there on time. And of course we'll feel sort of a little bit of pressure on being on time, but you can have that sort of dripping into all kinds of things, like even things that where it's fine if you come in 10 minutes late or anything like that, but it's the same feeling you can have for something really important, and then all of a sudden everything is sort of coming through the same channel, and I feel that you might have a tendency to sort of have this relationship with yourself and other people, and that being just you treating yourself a way and treating others a different way, or showing other people that that's just who you are. You know, you're just always on time. You just always have your shit together. You just always finish first. Or you just always do a little bit extra. You just always have time and energy to help other people. Or you just always are there and you're just that person. And people can actually think and look at you that way. You know, the Six of Wands right here, they can actually give you recognition. Like, you always do this, or you're always on time, or you're always just, you know, so good at this. That's what you do. They can look at you and see you succeeding in life, yet beneath the surface it takes a toll, because it doesn't just come always naturally to you, yet you're so good at making it seem like it is, you know. And that can really, because below the surface you have this devil energy, you have the Nine of Swords, you have the Eight of Swords, you have the Four of Swords, you have the Five of Pentacles. Beneath the surface you do sometimes you feel overwhelmed, you know, and it comes from a place of anxiousness of not succeeding and or letting someone down, and actually being really successful in life, but from a place of being afraid of not having that. So you overexhaust yourself at times, and that sometimes is very typical for Pisces to come into a burnout phase, or when the universe says stop. Okay, stop. And they can do it in many ways. Sometimes you break your leg. I'm not saying that they're you know, sometimes that happens, you know. It's like you something happens to your physical body, mostly it's physical, where you're like, why is this happening to me now? I was just so good and it was just all going, you know. It's because they already give you a couple of signs, like, slow down, Pisces, ease, don't give everything away, keep some things to yourself, plan in some rest, plan in some contemplation, come closer to your intuition. Don't do everything out of that fear of failure. It's like, just follow your intuitive energy, knowing that it's okay if you don't always reach each and every deadline. Sometimes it's meant to just flow that way, and then you sort of ignore all your intuitive energy and all the divinely guidance, and then they're like, okay, then we'll just do a reset moment where you really have to go within. I'm not saying it's like on purpose or whatever. It's just sometimes when you are going and extend your energy too far, and then sometimes things happen. And it's not in a way of like you're being bad and now something bad happened. No, it's happening for you, but they're not always in the most pleasant ways that we, you know, assume as, oh, it's really nice to just be at home for 6 weeks because we can't move the leg. You know, it's not nice. It's not something we would prefer. We were to take like a weekend off somewhere at the lake, you know, contemplate, doing some meditation, maybe even just to take 5 minutes a day to just meditate and not having to go through that other phase. All right, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. It doesn't necessarily have to be, like I said, high functional anxiety, but it could be one aspect of your life, and that's why they wanted me to go within that, because I'm covering all this sword energy, the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Swords, which kind of just builds up within you, and it doesn't really give you the feeling of true inner reflection and connection, because I did 3 oracle cards for you guys, right? 2 different oracle decks, and all 3 say the exact same thing. All right, they might come from a little different aspect, but they are talking about the exact same thing. I'll read them to you and then I'll move on to something else, okay? Firefly. Take time for contemplation, to retreat and go within. Be a beacon for others on their path to spiritual enlightenment. Next one. Relationships are just mirror images of your own life. How you feel and treat yourself, as well as how you react and respond in different situations. Be aware that every relationship is an opportunity for soul's growth. Once again, soul's growth, contemplation about your relationships. Then you have the last one, soul solitude. Your soul needs attention. All right, it's a little bit more serious now. There are moments where it's important to get away, not just from the noise of the outside world, but to find a place where your soul can experience peace and quiet. A place for soul solitude. This is a time to pause, a time to reflect, a time for you. All right? Time for you. And what they're saying with that is, see this inner place, this inner soul solitude, this peacefulness that I don't feel when I put this card, because it's also an internal energy. And then we have this behind the scenes. I want to pick this card up. It's not that easy. This is happening within your internal energy, the center of it all. I want to break through that cycle. And right now it's really, really good and a great moment to do that. How do we break those cycles, Pisces? How do we get to that point? Well, it's to first understand and see the patterns. And to not judge yourself or not judge other people for it. Just allow them to just be shown to you. To just first see, hey, why am I striving for this so hard? Is it because I really want this? Because my soul is guiding me to do this? Is it because it makes me happy, gives me a sense of good feeling? Or am I doing because I don't want to let another person down? Am I doing it because I think or it's expected of me because people know me this way and I don't want to let them down? It's like to just understand, where are you coming from, you know, and to just allow yourself to come in alignment with that, because it's all about your inner home. All right, it's almost like Cancer season. Your inner home, because the full moon lunar eclipse in Gemini will be in your 4th house. All right, and because of that, it's like, how are your inner body? How is it going? How can we bring more peace into that inner center? How can we just have peacefulness and quietness? And then when that is established, we can go out and, you know, in the noise of life and do things and be adventurous and try out different things, and of course be there for other people and be there for ourselves. But if you are not in alignment with this center, and if there is no peace within, you can't be that beacon of light for others. And that's what you're always being guided to do, Pisces, because you have this special connection to the external world, you know, to the spiritual realm. You just do. And you can be so much guidance and light for other people. All right, so like I said, we're going to move on to the rest of the reading. What I see overall is that you start to really come in alignment with that energy and start to see certain patterns and things like that. What you're doing out of love, what are you doing out of fear, what are you doing out of passion and purpose. I see that a level of groundedness comes from really seeing your own fullest potential. And sometimes it's scary to really look deeply into our own life, you know, and our own routines and why we say certain things and why we do certain things. Because what if it's not what we thought it was? What if we have to admit to ourselves that even though other people are like applauding for us and the things we are achieving, but internally we're not happy, we're not actually that good, feeling like it's a mask. See, because that's what I found so interesting of this 6 of Wands in this deck, is that people are praising her and like celebrating for her, but she is neutral. Like, so let me see if I can get it a little bit sharper. So numb. And especially also with this 2 of Cups energy, it's like this is beautiful scenery, it's beautiful colors and love, but both of them just seem so numb in their external energy, you see? You have the 5 of Pentacles. There's a part of you that feels neglected. You might have certain things coming back up from way back when. All right, like you might actually had like as a kid, you might have, you know, if you would sleep over at people's houses, like, you know, girlfriends or boyfriends or whatever, you know, have sleepovers, you might actually have a really sincere energy of homesickness, you know, feeling homesick, and you would just kind of wanted to go home. And it was all fun and play until it came to a point where you kind of have to sleep in another person's house because you guys go astral travel, you know, especially as a kid. So it just didn't feel like familiar or safe. And that feeling might come up now and then, like you feel homesick. See, or it's just an energy of one sec, I'm tuning in. It's like it's a neglectment within you. It's like almost like it's so hard to just always keep up the smile. Like it's hard to feel all kinds of feelings but not being able to really share them. And sometimes not even with yourself, even though you feel them, you can't really put them into words. All right, let's move on. What I see with this actually is you're taking back the lead, a leading position in your own role, all right, because of that 9th house energy and that lunar eclipse in your 4th house. I see the Emperor and the Magician together. That's what I like to see. Okay, it's very powerful, Pisces. You have the Emperor and the Magician, and you know what? By the time of the month, end of the month, maybe the time of the month, you know, if you're a woman, then it's like, you know, I'm going to take some rest. I'm going to take a leading position in my own soul's growth, that journey, to be able to feel the crowning card of your reading, the 10 of Cups. Overall happiness, contentment, feeling abundant, feeling at home, feeling like you belong where you are. And it's really so much more external. It's like a light that shines through. You might really have to undo yourself of a negative way of thinking, but also a relationship that was very codependent, and you just don't want to be codependent anymore. You don't want to only be able to feel good if there's another person really in alignment with where you guys are at. You know, you don't want to feel codependent when it comes to your energy, or being only be proud of yourself if you reach the highest top of the mountain. It's like, no, I'm proud of myself. I'm actually here walking this mountain. I'm proud of myself doing that. I cannot just beat myself all the way up to the top, and then when I'm at the top, I'm like, good job. You know, it's like, whoa, it's heavy, but I'm so proud I'm doing this. You know, like, okay, we're not there yet, but like right now we walked the whole day. We went up like, I don't know, 50 miles. It's like a lot, and now I'm going to go to sleep here in this tent, and the wind is blowing, but I did it though, and we came up higher, and I'm happy and I'm excited, you know, that energy. And I'm feeling it's like the walk up to the mountain is important, the journey by itself. You're taking a leader role in a leading position in all of this, which is so powerful. All right, Pisces, I'm so excited for you guys. You know, it is not the most easiest energy to deal with, but when you start to really see and come in alignment with it and do this inner work, this shadow work that Scorpio is asking us to do, so we can hit the reset button and start fresh. By the time your season comes around, your life it's just so different. Everything just feels different, fresh, new. So the inner work must be done, yes, but it's not just for only yourself. It's also for other people in the end of the day. All right, I'm gonna go and jump onto Patreon now to do the extended of this reading. I'm going to clarify definitely the Emperor and the Magician, and I want to jump into this energy a little bit deeper. But yeah, this is a reading for you guys for November. Once again, let me know if you enjoy it, you know, in this way. I think it's more peaceful. I can really just focus on channeling the messages for you guys. But let me know. And yeah, like I said, if you want me to join me over at Patreon, the link is in the description box. No pressure at all. But yeah, love to see you over there. Mwah. I love you guys. Bye, Pisces. All right, Cancers, thank you for tuning in. Welcome to your November reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. How are you guys doing? I hope you are good. This is an time and an intense, feeling and energies like that are coming in and going out. We're just gonna have to sort of go with the flow, Cancers, going with the tides, all right? Let's talk about this because this spread really looks like the November that I had in mind for us, okay? I mean, if you hear for the first time, I'm a Cancer Sun and Rising, so like, when I'm talking to you guys, we're doing like a family meeting, okay? Basically, it's all about navigating yourself from moment to moment to moment while you keep your eyes open and try to be inspired by the colors, by the changes, by the, for example, the fall season has arrived, so like all the colors are changing constantly, so a lot of things change, a lot of things shift, transform, move from one state into another, and I think that that's the energy that we would really feel during the month of November. So being already conscious and aware of that really helps you navigate that Mars energy, in a 10th house as well, that's coming direct. So things start to flow again. So we kind of have to be open-minded and just open-hearted and just an open energy to like, okay, changes. Things may improve. Where can we improve certain things? Where can we add our vision? Because that's what I kept hearing was the visionary, like almost our air sign Aquarius, visionary, seeing beyond what we see, trusting and believing beyond what we can see, and know to be true. Yet if it hasn't shown up yet, it can still be something you really do believe in, or something that is gonna come. There's a difference in that. All right, before I start to get all the way towards that point, I really want to talk about this energy that like memories and things like that are very heightened. It has already been heightened in the month of October. Like people might have shown up, because of Mercury retrograde, but it's different also than normally. It's like old feelings, old like smells, memories, just remembering of things, or all of a sudden understanding something on a deeper level, why something took place or why something didn't work the way we wanted it to at that moment in time on our journey. So what I see is you are getting out of the flow, putting in time and energy for the last months and not really seeing the results coming out. You see with the 5 of Cups here, the 2 of Wands, having a vision, having a way of dreaming or wanting to go towards a goal you want to work towards, or you see yourself at a certain place, or maybe you saw yourself at this age in a different space or place in your life and feeling ways about it. 2020 has been on our necks, okay? I don't know how how else to put it. It's been on our necks, okay? Constantly overlooking. And I know that's something you guys also don't like, is when you make something or write something that a person is like literally looking over your shoulder, like, what are you doing? It's something that doesn't, it just it's like, no, like, give me some space, okay? I need to focus. That's the energy I felt with 2020. Every little thing, we kind of have to work twice as hard, or go through twice as many shifts and changes in our lives that we normally would, or we wanted to make the change but we just couldn't get to that point. I feel that energy is starting to flow. All right, you're gonna get the results of the disappointments, and not necessarily like, okay, you first have to receive something to disappoint you and then you can get what you want. No, it's about going through challenges, going through a challenging time, not really seeing a result of your hard work, not really receiving the love back that you give, or the time or the energy, does something to you at one point. You see, it just it can go sort of two ways. It could be like, okay, I'm motivated, I'm going to continue to do it, and at one point you're like, why am I even doing this? I don't have the energy anymore. What's the use? Why should I? It doesn't work anyway. You know, it could go that way, but also go in different ways. Like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm doing it. It's not working. What's happening? All right, maybe I just need to be patient. Let me just continue doing the same thing. Okay, now I've been patient and I continue doing the same thing. I'm not seeing the results. Why? Like, what is the universe trying to tell me? Like, do I need to redirect something? Because it's trying to tell me something, you know, and it's like really looking for other doors that are open. Maybe this is not for me, but how am I supposed to sort of redirect towards what I am supposed to move towards? And then, you know, you start to really just become creative and open-minded and just try to expand your knowledge, expand your wisdom about something. And then you start to feel like you're receiving a gift from the Five of Pentacles, or Five of Cups energy. Like, from things not going your way, you receive maybe more wisdom, more gifts, basically things you can work with, more tools and life experience than if it would have been the other way. And that's why, because in the end of the day, we're cardinal signs, so we can't stay low for too long. At one point, like, okay, I'm going to pick up my shell and I'm just going to go to the other side of the beach. You know, if it is not working, I'm going to move here. Because it's that energy of like, okay, it doesn't take too long before we start to feel that cardinal of like, okay, let's try something different. I need something else and something new. And that's the energy, and you're getting the payout, okay, of that. You see your Five of Cups, and then you have the Ace of Pentacles. You're receiving the thing you were meant to gain on this journey of the Five of Cups, but understanding that, hey, even if I look at it from a certain point of view, that doesn't matter, that behind the scenes positive things are arising and it's actually helping me instead of only hurting me, even though you don't always have to see that instantly. Okay, it's a journey and you go back and forth sometimes. So the Ace of Pentacles with Justice and the Nine of Pentacles indicates money, okay? Good flow of abundance, of material flow coming to you. So you're getting the tools in the material world that you need in order to work forward. You might receive a gift from someone and that will help you out creating something new. Or it could just be in, you might receive some more space or anything like that. You know, it could really just help you out on your journey. It's here, it comes in for you to build up on. All right, it's a solid foundation. Lay in the foundation and build up on that foundation. And the thing is, the moment that you start to feel the energy shift, because you will feel it at one point in the month of November, I think it will be like halfway through, where it really is here, you can really feel and see the results changing. You start to really understand, like, hey, I collected so much more tools to work with, and now I'm ready to go with the Five of Wands to defend what's mine. I cannot pick it up with the nails. To defend what's mine. And you're gonna see the results coming out of that. It's like, I'm not defeated, all right? I was down for a little bit, but I needed that retreating and I needed that recuperating energy in order for it to work again. Something's gonna come to you in the month of November that's gonna re-motivate you all over again, okay? You start to really see and work with that energy flow. So it's very powerful, Cancer. So the Knight of Wands sees, the moment you start to see the results coming in, you're like, okay, if I made it work, I can make the other thing work. I'm gonna go, okay? You're gonna feel that push in your career sector. It doesn't mean that it has to necessarily be the job you're working and that is your main source of income. No, but you want to go beyond that. All right? So be mindful that even if things started to flow really quickly, the universe might ask you here and there in November to recuperate and retreat. Don't only go by the masculine force, okay? Like the push. Sometimes we'll feel the pull, right? Like I said, the ocean is our guideline and it will push and pull us sometimes. And let that happen naturally. So when you start to have a good week, but then the weekend you're like a little bit tired, you maybe some sore throat, and you just don't feel completely good, instantly see it as, okay, I need to rest, I need to retreat, because I got the good things coming, but I don't have to overdo it, I don't have to rush into it. Even though I feel all this motivation, good, use that, but don't overdo it because you're going to burn out really quickly. I don't think that that's something that we learned in this 2020, is to bring in the balance, because that's what they show. If you can bring in the balance of giving and receiving, energy, it works. It just works. So the moment everything starts to flow again, don't throw everything out of the window and just, be a full cardinal sense of self, because I know how exciting that can get. But dosate it and use it in the way you know how to use it. Okay? So the Tower is here, and that's why I'm saying that, because you might have some spiritual upgrades in this month. Scorpio season, so it's a very intuitive, spiritual season for us, to say the least, And so it might come with some realizations. It might come with some energetic upgrades, and that's why I'm saying things are looking up, things are moving forward, but we're gonna have to need some time for the soul as well, okay? Because you're going through everything at the same time. Very positive, but it's growth. Remember when you were young, sometimes we had growing pains. I mean, it's a good thing because we're growing. It means that we're healthy and the body was evolving and transforming, but it can come with some growing pains. So we needed to sometimes not overdo it, with the exercises outside. Just rest, watch a movie with some popcorn, okay? Don't feel guilty about that. And that's also what I'm feeling with this, is that find the balance about externally and internally. The extrovert and the introvert inside of you, because you are both. Okay? There might be some realization when it comes to your religion this month, and that asks you to, because it might be a balance that you're searching for within your daily life, and then the own spiritual journey you have, or it might be religion. And it's good to take some time to find a balance in that, okay? Because it's really positive, because it could actually serve you instead of it being two separate apartments, two separate things, that both actually are part of the whole of you, the oneness of you. All right, so this month is all about being visionary, having an open energy, open mind, open heart chakra. And through that, and why it's so important to have the open mind energy is because they're shown that in this card as well, during the 4 of autumn. See the colors of the leaves. It's important to not have a black and white vision. It's not either only good or only bad, or you're not even motivated or demotivated. You're not active or completely lazy. It's in the middle. And if you're allowing to see things from many perspectives, it will definitely help you navigate through these changes, because the life experience card is here as well for you. It's just a lot of life experience right now. It's the closing of 2020 was such a major year. Important changes are coming into your life that will require you to take action. Don't hesitate to move in a new direction that is right for you, right? You see how beautiful this fits with November, because the birds are going and fly towards the south right now. It's on its way. the beautiful butterflies, the beautiful, you know, energy of transformation. And to understand that they're saying as well, for example, whether you are spending too much versus hoarding your energy, or giving too much emotionally versus building walls that keep people out. So they're wanting you to find a balance and use your memories and use your past life experience with relationship, with friendships, you know, in any way to create a new. It's a new you. Right, Cancer? I'm going to head over to the to Patreon actually, and do, you know, pick up another deck, clarify some of these messages, see if we can get deeper into this. If that's not something for you, or maybe it's not possible right now, don't worry about it. I love you the same, and I'll be back soon on my channel as well. I'm wishing you such an amazing month. I think it's gonna be great. All right, keep both feet on the ground and enjoy these little moments of good news and happiness, okay, because they are coming to your front door. Things are easing up for us. I'm so excited. Okay, bye, Cancer. Mwah. Happy Halloween once again. All right, Capricorn, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. This is your November reading. My apologies that I didn't get a chance to do the October reading for your sign. You and Taurus were the only signs that didn't get the October reading, and I'm so sorry about that. Yeah, I just hope it's never going to happen again. All right, I love you and appreciate your patience. So, what's going on, Capricorn? Has a lot of there's been a lot on your mind. I feel there's a lot of mental energy that has been active these last couple of months. I don't even feel weeks, it's like almost like it's been months of an imbalance. That energy will shift for you, right? So I think November and Mars going direct and having this, you know, lunar eclipse coming in, and just all this energy shake up basically is going to help you move forward, and also really going to help you make the decisions. The card that is you know, crowning your entire reading is a Lovers, and it's about coming closer together. You see your masculine and your feminine coming close together. Those hands are almost touching, but C is holding hands together. She's sort of guiding to come in alignment with one another, to come together. You know, I'm hearing like come together right now over me. That's the thing. The letting both sides work together. I felt you had like really one or the other. Okay, so almost like very mental, very practical, very masculine, very forward, very, you know, 3D focused. And then you had like your spiritual days, you know, you're like just very feminine, just being creative, not really worried about deadlines or times, or just nurturing yourself, nurturing your home, you know, taking care, having fun time with family, fun time with friends, and your kids, maybe if you are a mother or father, and just flowing in. And you had like this week of like, oh no, but I'm focused, I'm not happy, I'm not satisfied, what's happening, why is nothing working? And then it's like going back and forth. Finding more balance is you know, bringing those two elements together, making decisions from the heart and the mind, is definitely going to help you on this pathway, because you are on a journey right now. I really feel this shift moving, like this need of, I need to feel connected to what I'm doing. I need to have a purpose, feel like I'm doing the thing I'm meant to do. I want to receive that feeling again, or I want to receive that feeling in general. You know, searching for something that you know is out there, you know is missing, you know you're going to find it, but also knowing that it's not here. And knowing that it's not here can sometimes really get to you. Because it's like, okay, but I worked hard. I put in the time, energy, and effort. I tried a lot of things. I'm a good person. I'm like, why not? Why am I not here yet? Why am I in this moment in my life still not there where I know I'm being guided towards? What am I doing wrong? What can I change? I'm just over it, you know? I'm just over feeling this way, feeling the way of knowing that something's missing, a key is missing, but I can't find it, or I haven't found it yet. Why haven't I found it yet? All that mental energy, you know, in the mind, overthinking, not sleeping well, really anxiousness and things like that, going back and forth. You see, even by just talking about it, for me, my breathing and my energy goes up right here, you know, like feeling like this lump in my throat and chest heaviness. So just breathe, Capricorn. You're doing great. All right? I want you to know that, like, and even the cards came out, like, be proud of yourself. It's time to celebrate all that you have achieved, all that you are, and all that you will become. You will become. Every once in a while, it's important to stop and acknowledge what you achieved and to just be proud. That's the energy that came through. And of course, it's good to be motivated. And of course, to have goals and dreams and things you want to work towards. I mean, that's something you also need to feel, you know, that sense of purpose. But it's important to have a balance, knowing that if the universe asks you to slow down, not trying to just force so much of your energy to speed it back up. Can't control that. Can't control the speed of things happening or not happening, and to allow to see it as something that's granting you that time, granting you that sense of peace, granting you that instead of forcing it onto you. So, the World card, 10 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords, 5 of Swords. It's like doing really good for a couple days and slipping back into overthinking mode. Maybe I need to go back to the drawing board. Maybe this is not it. What if it's not it? What am I making the wrong decision? Am I making the right decision? Maybe I should call a friend. Maybe not. Maybe I should. You know, it's okay. It's so normal you're going through those phases right now. All right? November will be a month of much clarity, and you will be ready to make those decisions because it's time. It's divine time. Knight of Cups, bringing in, might be someone coming in, bringing an apology. Trust your intuition with that, but also keep an open mind and heart. All right? It's important to keep your mind and your heart open, because someone might come to you. You see the Knight of Cups, but it moved into the 5 of Swords. Nitpicking, I'm hearing. If you want a situation to be resolved, it's important that the whole truth is on the table. Definitely. You don't have to jump in of joy if somebody's offering you an apology. You don't have to instantly get over it and move on. No, but it's important to give the space, because if you have a very closed energy like this, you know, you can talk to me, but I got my arms over each other. It's like there's no extending of openness when you sit like this, for example. It's a different energy if have your arms open. Somebody can grab your hand, you know. Anyway, I don't know why I feel that so strongly, but that's for some of you. Alright, so 2 of Wands, 4 of Wands. I love that energy because you're making plans to move forward. You're making plans to move forward, and if there is not an option that you like, something else will come along. If you have that patience. Working on yourself, motivate yourself. All of that is good. You know, you have the Queen of Winter as well in your reading, which is the Queen of Swords. Look how beautiful she is holding the crown. All your life experience have propelled you for this moment of truth. It's time to declutter your home, clear away situations that are not working anymore, and disengage from people who create more drama than happiness. Is there someone in your life that creates more drama than happiness? Is it time to come to a moment of truth with yourself about the situation? That's up to you. To motivate, to just take a moment and really be honest with yourself. There's this raw truth that's coming in the month of November for you, and you want to change things up. I think by the end of the month you want to change things up, and if you want that and you're ready for it, you see, starting off with the King of Wands, you go for it. You know, you're motivated, you're ready. Let's see what else is coming out for you. Beautiful. Now this is stuff I do like, okay? 6 of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Magician. Felt right on the World card. The Magician, the Sun, and the 6 of Pentacles. Equalness. Equal give and take. The Sun card, meaning that things will be aligned. That's the thing. Gotta prepare for the truth this month. Things will come to you, might as in like, you know, a dream. You might just have an epiphany moment. You might just have somebody really opening up and telling you the honest truth, and then you gotta take it as it is. You can't make it prettier. Cannot. But it's here to serve you, not to harm you or take things away from you. It's to serve you on your journey of this searching that you are doing at the moment. You know, and it's good to know the truth. It's good to know where you stand. The Magician came in as well to show you, like, listen, this life experience have prepared you for this truth, have prepared you for this knowing. That's what it's representing, the truth. This has everything to do with fulfilling that sense of purpose, with finding your way, with finding the thing that makes you feel the feel that you're searching for or have been searching for. So this moment of truth is the moment of knowing. That's what it is. And it's so powerful because look how the sun is shining. It's like, I can see it. I can feel it. Everything is so clearly now. Everything is out on the table. And now from that point of view, I can make those decisions because it is about making a decision with the Lovers. The moment of truth. Beautiful. Wow. All right, what else? Capricorn. The Devil. Knowing the truth. And as the deepest version of you. This is the devil. This is you. You're not the devil, you know what I'm saying, but this is you. The highest form of understanding yourself. If you understand yourself on a deeper level and why you do certain things and why, it's because you're coming closer and closer to the core of things. So this is very powerful. No need to hide or to run away from it. See, with justice, you have justice twice. You have justice here and you got justice right here. Balance. Truth. Realness. Just one sec. Fairness. You know? It's fair, it's balanced, it's good. It's what's meant to happen. So you might receive good news this month. You're gonna get the thing that exactly. You're gonna get the thing that was owed to you. Something was owed to you and it was in delay. They were trying to take certain things from you, put it in a certain way where they were winning, you were losing. That going back and forth. It might have to do something with a job. They might have taken advantage of you. And put you in a position where you can't really change anything about it, but knowing it wasn't right what they were doing Well, that's going to change because the King of Cups is here as well. And it's showing you that, and I feel good now, you know? Like, emotionally, I'm satisfied. Emotionally, I'm calm again because I don't have to deal with all these feelings and emotions of like, it's not fair. It's not working. Why is this happening? Why? You know? The King of Cups is grounded. It's, I'm emotionally stable. Like, I'm good. You know, nothing is pulling at me or pushing me. It's just, of course, there are things. And of course, there's room to grow and all that. But I'm stable. I'm good. Emotionally, I'm not all over the place. I'm grounded like the Capricorn earth sign you are. You know? Yeah. And the High Priestess. And the World card once again. This is where you want to go. It's that inner knowing, inner truth, and living by that. And that is going to bring you to that feeling that you were searching for. That purpose, that sense of belonging. Beautiful, Capricorn, very powerful. All right, I'm going to get an extra card. What if we would do a... I'm sorry, I'm just coming up with this at the spot. Like, I wanted to just let it come to me what I wanted to do for you guys extra. What if we do a pick a card reading? And then we're going to do it with the Angel Answers card. So pick a question for yourself. All right? Come up with a question in your own mind. It can be answered by yes or no, sort of, okay? Just think about it. I'm going to put 3 cards down. Tell me to shuffle 3 times. This is the 3rd time. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. So you can pause the reading if you're not done with your question. You haven't chose your card yet, but we're gonna go. Okay. First, if you have card number 1, this is your card, and your answer is. I knew this was gonna come. I hope this is okay because it's quite intense. Okay. You have the card no with a question mark, okay? Not a question mark, what is it? A exclamation mark, yes. I hope that was the right answer for you, all right? I gotta trust that, I know, but this is a hard card to get if it's something that you really want, and then it's like a no with the exclamation mark. But I'm gonna get one more to that because I feel I need to, and because I can. One more card on the no, please. Okay, one more card on the no. Forgiveness. Okay, no, forgiveness. Meditate on that. All right. Second one, abundance. That's the answer. All right, abundance. Things are flowing towards you. Abundance is coming in. Also, abundance of understanding and knowing and that wisdom that you're searching for. That's the answer to your question, abundance. But I still look damn happy, so I guess it's a good one. Okay. Card number 3, your answer is not the right time. Right? Your answer is not the right time. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Doesn't mean it's not meant for you. This right now is not the right time. Just wait. Things are coming in. That's the answer that we got, like, you know, for the last couple months. Not the right time right now, but it will happen. Right now is not the right time. That's okay. All right. I'm going to head over to Patreon to do an extended on this reading. Definitely going to get deeper into the messages. Thank you so much. If feel free to join me over there, by the way. The link will be in the description box of this video. feel free to join me over there. If that something is not possible, you don't, you know, it's not it's not your thing, don't worry about it. I love you the same. Thank you once again, Capricorn, for, you know, your patience, and I hope this brought you some clarity. Good things are coming towards you. I love you, and I'll be back soon. Bye, Capricorn. Bye. All right, thank you for tuning in, Virgo. Welcome to your November reading. I hope you guys are good. Yes, I'm trying out something different. I actually pre-shuffled the cards for this reading. Normally I shuffle during the reading, but I wanted to try it and approach it from a different angle. So here we go. All right, so I already shuffled the cards, the tarot, and I have some oracle cards here on the side as well. The thing that is grounding your reading is like the Four of Wands. So that's very positive, bright, poppy colored, you know, card. It's like bringing stability and reconnection and just overall happiness and good feels to the house, to the home. But what I feel is that it's there to show you there's light, there is love, there is success, there is achievement, there is a new day that's gonna come. But why, you know, I wanted to put it in that way is because I see the turmoil, I see the inner struggle you guys are dealing with, right? 2020 has been an intense year, you know, for all the signs, for everyone. But for you guys, have been really just dealing with some bad luck, you know, and it might not be for everybody, all my Virgos that are listening, because, you know, it depends on your chart, of course, but most people connected to the Virgo, strong Virgo placements, yeah, it's just bad luck, like things happening that you just, you know, didn't see coming, or just, you know, accidents, or just bad outcomes of certain things that you expected a different outcome from, and just, you know, overall sort of bad luck. Not like, oh, here are bad things coming to your pathway and I just deal with it. No, it's like extreme ways of the universe basically showing you towards a new place. It's all about the transition in from a hard time to better times, or from a darker place to the light. It's like it's a transition period where all the growth and transforming happens at this time. I see you understand it. You know, you can really ignore the things you're feeling or you're going through. Some of the things are really external, so other people can see it as well, or feel it. But there's still not complete openness from your side towards other people, or there might be someone in your energy that's like sort of hiding things. I feel with the Seven of Swords and High Priestess, like you intuitively know what's going on, but there's just someone is trying to pull something on you, and you're like, I know, and I'm determined, and I want to have all the, you know, I want to have the clarity out, even though you're having a hard time, more of a hard time with it than you let off, that you show other people, because, you know, a lot of things are happening internally. People might think that you're fine, but behind the scenes you're far from fine, you know, even though you're really good and make people believe that you are fine, that it's okay, and it sucks, but it's okay, you know, you'll deal with it. So that's the thing. It's a little bit of struggle in between, because it's a pathway that you're on right now, you know, and we all go through these things in life. It's, you know, it's a natural phase of life, like the ups and the downs, and we learn and we transform and we grow through that phase and through that balance, basically. But you're using your intuition, and I'm just going to be really honest, because, you know, I'm always honest in my readings. I see that you want to go too quickly in November. And I feel like that was more connected to October as well. It's like, you know, you understand things already sort of took place. And then you just want to get to the good parts. You want to get to maybe, you know, falling in love or feeling happy, or, you know, just getting back to, like, you know, us, basically is what I'm feeling like. I want to get back to us, like old us, before this thing came out, before this lie was exposed, before you did this behind my back, before things changed. Like, I want to be, you know, put on all my energy basically and motivation to bring us back. So I feel that every time you sort of want to hold on to an old part of, you know, you, maybe it was you a couple months ago, like before something took place, or before a us, you know, a you and another person, before something was exposed, something came to the light. When you want to get back to the old ways and go too quickly, you get another thing. You get something that is like a roadblock. It's like, no, Virgo, I'm sorry, I know you want to go there, like literally universe, I'm channeling, but we kind of have to go through this in order to grow and transform. And I feel that that's a struggle internally, because you're like, I don't want to deal with these feelings. I don't want to deal with these blockages. I don't want to deal with feeling this way, or having to show my weakness, or being vulnerable, or going through this period of time. But it's important, because you're going to find your inner strength through it. And you understand this journey. It's not like it's something that's completely unfamiliar to you. Of course not. But it's difficult. That's what I'm saying. Like, I see a difficult storyline, but it is not here to like constantly keep you stuck, or constantly annoy you, or make you feel bad about your life and about the circumstances. No, it's actually here to bring you to such an amazing good place. You're going to overcome these struggles. You're going to overcome this indifference, I'm hearing. But might not be the way that you normally would do it, or get to that point again. All right, it's a different way, it's a different road to walk, and that's why it's frustrating, confusing, and getting you at, yeah, it's really getting to you. And I'm seeing that because you have like the 10 of Swords, even though you tell me everything is fine, because this is the everything is fine card. Everything is fine. Maybe people ask you, how are you doing today? How are you feeling, Virgo? Everything is fine. I'm okay. Wow, there's so much going on. You see, there's just so much going on, and it's keeping you up. It's frustrating you. You're sitting with all these kinds of questions, like, what am I supposed to do? What's the answer? How long will this take? How long will I feel this way? And I see that with the Chariot coming in, every time you want to get on your Chariot and want to ride off into the sunset, like, I want to get out of this place, I don't want to feel this way anymore, it's following you around. It comes back, it hits you. Like, you have a really fun, good day somewhere on an adventure, you come home and you feel it again. You can't escape this feeling. You see, a 10 of Swords. You can't escape it right now. Can't. But that's the good thing. They're asking you to surrender. Surrender to whatever your body is asking of you, whatever your soul is asking of you, whatever your mental space is asking of you. What are your needs? Because when we feel away, we also have a set of needs that come with that package deal in order to heal or go through it or work through it. So, for example, if you, like, I don't know, break a bone, okay? Just like break your ankle, for example, or your knee. It comes with a set of needs, right? It comes with, oh, we need to go to the hospital, we need to get an x-ray, we need to, maybe, you know, they put a cast on your leg. Then you need to sort of take a rest. You can walk on that for 2 weeks straight. So what do you need? You need bed rest, help. People might need to help you with certain things, getting up the stairs, I don't know, all kinds of things. And you can definitely also ignore it and like not ask for any help, or vibe with it in a different direction, like I'm just gonna do it myself. I'm gonna walk on this thing. It's fine. I'll be fine. Oh, this is good. And then it's kind of only going to take longer. If you surrender to like, okay, this comes with a certain way. I need to deal with this. I'm just gonna deal with it. So I'm over it. I'm done with it. So, and that's a little bit the thing. You might want to just, I feel sad about one person. I'm gonna enlight something with someone else to feel that same way again. It's like, no, it's not gonna work. It's gonna come back to you, basically. So you're ending a lot of karmic cycles, the way of dealing with other people, way of dealing with yourself, the way you are extending yourself a little bit too much, burning yourself out, feeling too much responsibility for a job or something like that. And I see you just overcoming that, because it's just no other way, right? And if someone knows how to do how that feels, it's me. I've been through something similar at one point in my life, and it's like you feel like you can control the situation, but you can't, and you constantly are being reminded that you cannot. And the moment where you're like, okay, I cannot control it, I'm just gonna go with the flow, it actually is starting to clear up a lot sooner and quicker, because that's what you're meant to learn. All right, so 10 of Swords, ending of this situation. All right, because it's like, all right, I'll surrender to it. And what comes in then is the Ace of Cups, the overflow of abundance. Also, when you are actually opening up about how you're really doing, you start to be showered with people and help, and just overall that love and support and that healing and a nurturing, basically, that is there for you. And you're being reminded that you are loved and you are accepted in all your ways. And I think that that's a very important part. If you never have any flaws, if you never have any weaknesses or sickness or illness or whatever, you never give the people the opportunity to see that vulnerable side of yourself, because you just simply won't, because you don't need to. If there's no need, you will not do it, because it doesn't make you feel better about yourself or about your situation. So what they're showing here, it's beautiful. I'm going to read this one from the book. Definitely are some strong messages coming from that. The Rescue Cat. The Six of Winter. The challenging times are coming to an end, and you can now breathe a sigh of relief. Let the past go and embrace these happier times ahead. Beautiful. And then you also have the beautiful Star card. Such an amazing card. You are about to take a big leap forward with your life. Worry will be replaced with optimism. Fear with hope, and joy is coming home to roost. So powerful. You see, because that's the thing. Yes, we kind of have to talk about the internal struggles and the things you've been dealing with, or maybe will deal with, but it's there to serve you and your happiness and the level of contentment in your life in general. It's not here to just completely put you down or destroy you and then just leave you hanging like that. No. This reading is very clear. Like, it has a lot of clear messages. It wants to let you know that it's okay to show your vulnerable side, because that's your pathway towards success and healing and transformation. And I think there's nothing more powerful than that. So, cracked open. I'm going to read it from the book. Where is it? Here. There we go. Don't let the weight of destiny... Don't let the weight of density of the world squash your tender spirit. Instead, let it call even more of it home into your body, at the center front of your life. It's through the extreme pressure of a life's trial that diamonds are cultivated. It's when things are at their darkest that we cultivate proper faith and our light is ignited. It's through the crumbling that we can allow our wounds to be alchemized. Let your pain, your sorrow, and losses make you not break you. Let life alchemize your tragedies into gold. Be open to being cracked open, wide open. It's the difficult times that help us grow in leaps and bounds and in ways we could only dream were possible. But first, they have to crack us open. Sometimes it hurts like hell. It's nature's way. Whether you let it happen or not, it's going to happen. So surrender to the process. It's how the light gets in. When your heart cracks open, a space is created for your soul to more fully enter. When your soul cracks open, a space is created for the grace of the Holy Spirit to enter. Let your trials, your sorrows, your pain, and your losses transform you into even more and more of yourself. Stay open to the possibility that your tragedies, your losses, your sorrows, and hurt happen for you and not to you. Bless the thing that broke you down and cracked you open, because the world needs you open. Surrender to the alchemy of your life. Wow, I felt that message so deeply for you. And it's so weird because I first did the tarot cards and then this oracle card came out. So it's just really powerful, and I think that that's just the main message. Let it just go through it and understand that it's here to serve a part of your life that you need, and the world also needs you to be in, and it's going to actually bring you so much closer to feeling that happiness and feeling that light. So keep your faith and your heart open. All right, I will go over to the Patreon account now, and I'm going to clarify with another tarot deck to see, to go deeper into the messages. Maybe they want to make it a little bit more personal. So yeah, let's just go over there. If you want to join me over there, of course, the link will be in the description box. If you're good and this was your message and you're fulfilled, don't worry, it's totally fine. I'll love you the same, but I just want to give you guys the option over there, all right? And it just helps me to stay on YouTube as well. So thank you so much, Virgo. I love you. I'm sending you love and healing energy. I understand you're dealing with certain things on the low. For some of you it's more extreme than others, but just keep an open mind and open your heart to people, right? They want to help you and they can help you towards a place of healing. Mwah. Bye, Virgo. All right, Taurus, welcome to your November reading. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys are good. I first want to give you guys an apology because I wasn't able to, give you guys the October reading for last month. So I'm sorry about that. Life happened and sometimes things just take all the energy and I just had to sort of roll with it. So I'm sorry. I want to make it up to you guys by extending this reading a little bit longer on YouTube. So I want to start off with a message from the book, from one of the oracle cards that you guys have. I'm just going with the flow, setting the tone with this card, and then we're gonna head into the rest of your reading. Okay, here we go. The Panda, the Ace of Winter, encourages you to keep going, even if things aren't going the way you want them to. With Five of Winter, two adorable collies. I'm going to show it to you. It's quite the opposite. they want you to understand that your current path isn't leading you towards the happiest possible outcome. So why not change it? Collies are wonderful dogs, incredibly intelligent, loving, and loyal. Our collies are playing tug of war with a rope. This can be good fun so long as it doesn't get overly competitive or take up energy that might be better used elsewhere. If so, drop the rope and choose a new game. Clearly neither of the collies is getting anywhere. Their friendly game reminds you to always stay in an integrity and compassion when working with others. They can also be giving you a heads up that perhaps someone isn't coming from a place of high morals in their dealings with you. Collies can be a welcome reminder to pay close attention to what's happening around you. They can also suggest that you choose your battles and rescue missions wisely. Some just aren't worth the energy to require. Collies can signal that you're caught up in other people's drama when you'd rather be doing something else. Be careful that you don't let anyone else pick your games or mission or battles for you. Right, so I don't know why I have such a hard time with reading it, but Mercury is not direct yet, so I guess that's the reason, okay? The main message is pick your battles wisely. We cannot control people's way of dealing with us. We can sort of course, we have some effect on it if we are open and honest and loyal. It's more likely to receive a similar back, that if we are basically the opposite of that. But mostly, only thing you can control is you. How you deal with people, how you extend your energy. And sometimes it's important to understand that walking away from something is choosing to, take back your own personal power. And I feel that this month will definitely show you, like, where are you playing and almost like, wasting your energy on something that isn't going to move forward, or someone that doesn't want to move forward. Some may just want to stay in this energy with you, and you want to try to do everything in your power to make it move forward, but they're just, I don't know, they just want to stay act single, or they don't put in their time and energy and effort. And at one point you gotta make the decision for you. You can't wait forever. You can't keep on putting the same energy in something that you would if somebody would give you the similar back. All right, so this is not necessarily with people. It can be, but it doesn't have to, because I feel for a lot of you guys, it has also to do with the way that you make your money, with the way you create stability in your finances. So you might feel the need to shift and change certain things around. It's important for you to have a certain amount of income to feel at peace, to feel stable, to feel grounded and safe. And from that place you can be very creative and very adventurous and all of that. But if you don't have a certain stability, it can definitely take up so much more of your energy than it might be with, for example, a Leo or anything like that. But let's just focus on your energy. I really feel that the individual and the independentness and the energy that says and speaks about you, not like you and another person, it's you. How you do and handle things are very mature. And this energy in the month of November will give you that push and will give you that payout, right? You're going to see some real results coming from your hard work, and choosing your battles, and maybe choosing to walk away and putting yourself first is definitely giving you the results here. All right, there might be a person, maybe one, more than one, that are not really happy that you are putting yourself first. right? There might be, you know, some push and pull. It's like, yeah, but like, why do you stop playing with the rope? I want to continue this push and pull game with you. And it's like, no, it doesn't bring me anything in the end of the day. You know, I kind of have to, I want to move forward. I want to move somewhere to a new place. And I don't want to be here in this place and continue spending my energy here, because it's not going to bring me anything. It's not going to help me forward. So realizing that can be tough, because I felt you felt trapped for quite some time. But you're starting to understand and see where you can gain back your intuitive energy that will guide you and make you feel motivated again. You see, the Eight of Swords is replaced by the Nine of Wands. You're determined to get out of this rut, okay? You see the patterns, you understand. Of course there will be feelings, and of course you will feel maybe disappointed that the way you saw something wasn't the way it actually was. But it's not holding you back, because the Nine of Pentacles, you on your own. You know, you got you. All right, and that this month will really prove to you that no matter, regardless if you're in a relationship or not, and if things are going good or maybe not so much, you have you. And working on your foundation and working on yourself and working on the relationship you have with yourself is very important. Also in your job, right? So you might make a decision to leave a chapter behind that used to maybe really give you a lot, but now not so much anymore. And now it's like, okay, am I just trying to continue something that already has reached its stop, and now it's time to move forward? Take life experience with you on this new journey. What I felt that you see the Six of Wands, I'm going to show it to you guys. Six of Wands indicates overcoming, reaching, you know, a goal, getting to that point, getting the recognition, and being praised for something you did. You see the red ribbon around the, around the wand, basically. She is wearing that in her hair right here. And the Page of Wands indicates a new beginning. See, it's in the starter blocks. Yes, it is, but this thing that she gained over here, she's now wearing and using it to hold her hair, you know, and to use it up on her journey, let it serve her. So that red ribbon might represent the hard times and the work it costs to get this wand and to get that recognition, and then using all of that to serve you on your new pathway, on your new journey. So I see that the Six of Cups, Queen of Swords, Three of Swords, and a Nine of Wands indicate something that is more external from you, right? That's what I feel, because it's not necessarily in the now. It's more, it has to do with the past sense. That's what I'm feeling. With the Six of Cups, you might have to look at certain patterns, okay? You might have acted out of hurt. You might have worked your way up to a top from a place of feeling like you weren't enough, or people, you know, you wanted to prove people wrong, or the opposite, or yourself maybe. And I feel by the time we are going through this full moon lunar eclipse in Gemini, which will be in your second house, you will start to, it's like almost like an awakening. It's like a shake-up basically that happens. And it's like, okay, making space for whatever comes from that epiphany. With the Three of Swords, it's like letting the toxic energy coming out, right? So the blood is black, and I feel it's like toxicity is coming out, so it's cleansing the heart. The swords helped you get to the core of it. You know, it's releasing, it's dripping out, it's coming out. That's what I'm feeling. So I'm going to pick up another deck because I want to clarify that for you. card on the situation. One more, please. Yeah. Okay, beautiful. You get the Emperor, the Devil, and the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords, very powerful with Three of Swords. Unhealthy behavior, unhealthy energy, toxic people, toxic patterns, and all of that are coming to the surface to be released and to be healed. And that's what I'm feeling very strongly by the end of the month. It's going to help you move forward. You already have all the ingredients you need. You just needed to release some crucial points in that. How much time you make free for yourself versus how much you spend with others. There are certain ways and things that are so much a part of you that are now up for questioning within yourself. So it's like, I've done this for a long time, but maybe I want to change this now. You're really looking at it, taking your time to review where you are right now. It's not wrong, you're not slacking, you're not lacking results. No, you had certain moments, where things are flowing, things are doing good. Like I said, you got you, but you're also gonna have to go through certain periods of time where it's about, hey, how did I get to the point? And can I be kinder to myself on that journey? How do I want to approach this new beginning? How do I want to approach this new adventure? How am I going to get to that point? How can I take certain things more in consideration to really just review and reflect on the next steps, the next, for example, relationship, the next job, or the next project you take on. You have the sea turtle as well coming in for you, Taurus. Stop to take time to review and make long-term plans, capitalizing upon your past successes. It's appropriate to pat yourself on the back for all the accomplishments, but you may also need patience for the next phase to play out, right? Beautiful. Okay. Taurus, what else wants to come out? Taurus, what else wants to come through for Taurus? Again, Six of Cups. Once again. Okay? Reconciliation. Giving yourself permission to feel past things. Allowing memories to come forward. It might deal with remembering things that you sort of put on the side, put away, and from that you can rebuild and restructure yourself. And that is a period of time where it's just a phase. It's not going to stay around forever, but it definitely helps you and serves you in the future, One sec. What I feel is that between the 30th of November and like halfway through December, when it comes to your finances and the income and things like that, try to stay in a review phase. So contemplating, if you're not making necessarily really big decisions yet, let it come to you. Let the epiphanies of what to do next come to you. It's an intuitive thing that will come towards you. So no major quickly decision making, because you might feel a lot different by the end of December. And so I kind of want to make you conscious and aware of that, so we can just help you out and not give you in this place. It's all for a reason, but it's coming in divine timing. It's going to take a little bit of time, but you got plenty, all right? I'm going to pick up a deck It's an angel answer card deck, and you can go within. Maybe you have a certain burning question, and yes or no answer is possible. And then pick your card. I'm gonna put 3 cards down for you. 3 cards for Taurus, please. 3 cards for Taurus. 3 cards for Taurus. I'm gonna shuffle one more time. One more time. All right. 1, 2, 3. All right. You could pause the reading if you need a little bit more time to choose the right card for you. I'm going to start with the first one. Meditation brings answers. That's your answer. Meditation brings answers. So the answer lays within you. Meditate, contemplate, go within. Let an answer come to you. Card number 2. Not the right time. See? We just spoke about. It's divine timing. It's not the right time right now. That's the answer to your question. It will come. Just right now is not the right time. Card number 3. It's up to you. It's up to you. This is a really good card to get as well. You can make the decision. You're being supported. So use your intuitive energy. It's up to you. If you want it, you can go and get it. So you're having, the support, basically. That's what I'm feeling. And when it comes to what your question was. All right, Taurus, I'm going to head over to Patreon now. I'm going to get a little bit deeper into this spread. I might put down an extra bonus spread to just, pick up on some extra energies. If you're not ready to follow, to join me over there, or, maybe next month or any reason, don't worry about it. I love you the same, and I'll be back on my channel here soon as well. Thank you once again for your patience. I hope brought you some clarity, some answers. And for now, just have a lovely month of November. I love you, Taurus. Mwah. Bye. All right, Leos, thank you for tuning in. How you guys doing? I hope everything is good on your end. This is your November reading, and while we're going through all these changes and shifts at the moment, I also felt guided to change some things around for my reading. So basically, I already shuffled during meditation for you guys. This is your spread, and while I was meditating on just seeing what messages came through. So I felt that you guys are dealing with sort of 2 things at the same time. It might come true for you from moving from one house into the other and not really completely are done with the transition of that other house, or you might feel like you're moving, you want to shift your career, but you're still have 1 month left on one job and before you can start the other, but you kind of sort of already with one leg into the other job and position maybe. So there's a transition period happening. I see you making changes and shifts and are ready to start new beginnings and to just barge into this new chapter in your life. I also see you maybe going back and forth a little bit between one partner or another, or maybe if it's still fitting your past and future, if it's still in alignment with your future, past people or behaviors or anything like that, just sort of weighing out your options. I see you being very brave during this period of time. You're like, okay, I'm gonna take a risk, I'm gonna be bold, I'm excited, I'm gonna use all my intuitive energy, and I'm just gonna go and chase my dreams. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna take it head on. Your reading is crowned by this beautiful Knight of Wands. So it's like fired up, got a purpose, got a goal, are ready to feel this way again, and to just use that as your fuel, basically. So I see that it's important to understand that the situations you've been through in this year, and sometimes you had to really just rest or take a break, or the universe would just bring delays on delays towards you, and you're like, I don't really know why this is taking so long, but I do see that you're trying to make the best out of the situation and just trying to go with the flow. And I think by allowing your feelings and emotions to also just be there and to tune into them, and really heighten your intuitive energy, basically. So you're ready to make decisions for your future, things that make you happy, things that are just in alignment with your vision, the vision you have for yourself and for your future. You're, like I said, being very brave, putting in a lot of time and energy and effort, and you're gonna get a payout based on that. All right, so I do see you succeeding and receiving income and things like that, with the Queen of Pentacles as well. It's like, I'm walking towards a more solid foundation, a more stable income, and things like that. But you might also feel that here and there you might lost, because there's so many options and roads to take and go to, that you're maybe at a standstill during the half of the month. You're like, okay, what is the next logical step? I feel that if there was a person in your life that kind of sort of made you feel like an option and wasn't completely sure about you, you are ready to really make a decision to sort of put yourself first in your future, because you just want to move forward. If you have someone in your life that's like sort of going back and forward with you the whole time, it's just like, okay, I just want a decision to be made, so I'm gonna make it myself. Like, I'm leaving this situation. So something that just made you feel very unsure, not insecure, but like unsure about, okay, where is this heading? You are cutting that out. I see you cutting that out, because even if you are then dealing with heartbreak or have to, with sadness and things like that, at least you feel like you are in power of that process. You see, now you don't really know where it's going. I mean, leaving and then, yes, going through those emotions and things like that, but it is also a decision to make, but it is standing in your own power, instead of feeling like somebody constantly holds all the cards and you don't know what they will bring to you. So yeah, I think while Mercury is going direct in the first week of November, of course we have a little bit of a shadow period, but I think that you start to really see like, okay, this is no longer making any sense, or this is actually making more sense than I thought. I'm going to go with this. So actually making the decision and going for it is I think, beginning of the month, where that's like you can really make a more grounded choice. So you do have the Tree of Winter, the Six of Autumn, and the Six of Spring. So 2 sixes, which is really good. But they're also saying that it's important for you to feel certain emotions in order to heal it, and to understand that being vulnerable and opening up and making space for somebody to come and nurture you or heal you or help you or show compassion for you or share when you share your story with, is actually very healing. And that's something that in November, if you feel feelings, we are in Scorpio season, so there's a lot of things happening within us. And I feel like this energy also came true for another sign. One sec, because I'll think maybe I'll come up with it, because I did so many readings these last couple of days. I believe it was Pisces or Scorpio. Yeah, Pisces. I think it was Scorpio. I don't know if you have Scorpio in your chart, but it's very similar. It's almost like it's about the fixed sign energy, basically. That could have, could be connected to that, because it's like similar cards that came out. The Six of Autumn also says like you are gaining success, you're gaining control of your finances and your stability, and that definitely coming in for you. And you will see either promotion, scholarship, or you being just recognized for your uniqueness and for your boldness and for your bravery, basically. And enjoy that. Like, you did a good job, you're doing a good job, and so let people help you, or let people I almost want to say hug you, but like, I don't know if that's safe right now. Give you a spiritual hug. And just celebrate, because I do feel like, like, even if you are dealing with these things, like, going back and forth, making a decision, then you heal and you choose the pathway of like, okay, right now it might be the less favored option. Like, I don't want to feel sadness or leaving or things like that, but I feel like that's also enhancing your spiritual wisdom and intuitive guidance that you have. You have this very strong intuition, and you're making decisions for your future. And I see you being celebrated and being recognized, by people around you. And Eight of Pentacles is such a good energy. You're feeling motivated, feeling good, feeling like, I got this. Just the focus that comes with that. It's just very powerful, Leo. So if you are at this moment, starting to date someone, I see that the person is very intuitive, knows what you're feeling, and sometimes you don't even know what you're feeling, but it's like, it just picks up on all these little things that you say or you do, and it's like intriguing to you, like, like, it's interesting, I also see that one sec. I'm sorry I'm silent so long, but it's like this image that just trying to tell me something. I feel that some of you actually been removing pictures from your phone. Like, I don't know, from a certain individual or a certain time. It's like, okay, making a decision now, I want to remove, or it's like removing the number, removing the photos, removing memories from being in your face all the time. That's what I'm feeling like. It's like an empty screen. It's like, I made the decision, now I'm gonna, take the actions, basically. That's what I'm feeling. So you're being also brought, like, it's almost like an old piece of you is reigniting, like, is re-emerging towards the front, and it's like people are picking up on it. It's like, you're here, you're back, like, oh my god, like, let's do, like, I don't know, a little cocktail thing, or let's just, come together, or let's do a Zoom thing, like, let's dress up, let's do like a Halloween Zoom night, okay? And you might have to find a balance in that. It's good, it's good to get energy out, getting together with other people, giving your the people around you an option to just, or an opportunity to know what you're doing, because you're doing things, you're making shifts, you're making changes, but you're not really communicating about it yet. But I see like you're opening up, and it does help you bring in the balance of like, okay, now I'm focused on work, and now I can just, be my extrovert type of Leo. You kind of have both. So that's an energy that I'm picking up on. I'm gonna get 2 cards from this deck, or maybe 3, I'm not sure yet, to just clarify this energy. Where are you walking away from? Where are you walking away from? The Hierophant. Yeah, walking away from a commitment. Some of you actually, like, I don't know, are in the process of getting a divorce. You're taking back your own name. You're like, it feels good to have my own name again. For some reason, that's what I'm hearing. It doesn't have to be for all, because I think that that's something that was already in the works. Walking away from a household situation. You really might actually thinking about moving away, and for others of you, it's actually moving towards someone, and making a decision to actually bring it in together. You know, a happy household, to merge two people into one household, to put money and finances and resources together. So it's actually making a decision to go from one place to another. You see, and that also has, if it's, you know, if you are at this moment dealing with somebody and you're already living together, you're like, okay, but we're not leaving or whatever. I see that the energy, there's a recommitment to, you know, the household, to making it nice. You know, I don't know, you're maybe looking at Halloween decorations. You might have been doing that together, or seeing like, what are we gonna do for Thanksgiving? How can we make that special this month, even though we can't have a whole family together? Maybe we can do something like really working together to and commit to that, to one another, to a similar goal in the household. All right, so your fourth house is very activated, so having the Four of Wands coming through with that energy just brings in healing and just overall good vibes, good spirits, good energy, good conversations, laughs, you know, the vibes, basically. The, you know, the nice vibes. And the Temperance is here. It's like, okay, let's bring in the balance. Let's have some patience with this. We don't have to have all the changes happening within one Sunday afternoon. We can slow into that. We can take our time. We can still do those things and be active, but we don't have to overdo it or burn ourselves out. And I think understanding the flow of like, hey, this is my personal life and this is my personal time, and I'm taking a weekend off, then I'm really taking a weekend off. I'm also not going to be on the phone and doing all of that. It's like, no. Because you need to bring in that balance a little bit, especially if you're working from home. A lot of people have been working from home and normally, you know, would be in office. But, you know, for example, here where I live, they sort of want people to work from home if that's possible. And they also really, you know, being very strict with the companies. Like, if it's a possibility you keep people at the office, then they're going to get a fine. So basically, yeah, strict. Like the moment when the lockdown happened this year, you know, March was here, I was like, I'm so happy I work from home. You know, something that I was instantly so grateful for. Of course, still a lot of things shift and happened and changed, but I was just like, I'm so grateful, like really grateful for that. But yeah, it's not like that for everybody. And I think it's important that we make it work. You know, things are shifting, things are changing, and find a way to feel good during these periods of time where you feel like you may not have so many options. Okay, so I'm going to jump deeper into this reading on Patreon. If you want to join me over there, then you can find the link in the description box. If it's not something that you want to do right now, maybe next month or something like that, don't worry about it. I love you the same, and I'll be back on YouTube. But I'm going to head over to Patreon now, all right? I love you, Leo. I love you so much. And go get him, okay? Go get him. Hi Aries, thank you for tuning in. This is your November reading. So something different this month. I'm actually, you know, pre-shuffling the cards. So I tried it out. I think, you know, it's a nice change. All right, so Aries, I kind of just want to jump into your reading because the cards are already out on the table. So let's just start talking, okay? 2020 has definitely showed you many truths. All right, it has revealed many truths about yourself, about other people, about your dreams, your goals. The things are meant for you, and the things are no longer in alignment with your happiness, with your purpose, and things like that. So a lot of things have been either leaving or happening, or you have figured out certain truths, and that now I feel that November is the month where you sort of left with what happened, and you're just like sort of sitting down or laying, and it's like, what there was a lot. All right, and then that's it. Then you know the truth. Things have happened. You may have left, or someone have left you, and you might have had great losses, maybe financial or physically, materially. And then that's a moment, right? That's a stillness. It's a moment of stillness. Nothing is actually happening anymore, but it's like you're just there with all the feelings and the truth and just knowing. And then it's like, okay, what now? What's up next? Okay, so what I feel is that's a powerful moment that you're in right now. It doesn't have to be like right now. It could definitely have been playing out these last couple of months, but in the month of November, Mercury is going direct, definitely, in your 8th house, which is the house of like endings, but also the transformations that come with that. And then you have, of course, your 1st house as well, because Mars is going direct in the month of November. So endings and things that have to do with yourself, certain habits or a certain way of living is no longer, it's no longer an option. But it's really a month where you reinvent, okay, the next steps. And it's important to have a open-minded and open-hearted energy towards the future, and that's just something that's going to help you really a lot in actually quickly starting to feel better, upbeat, using your fire energy to just make a new beginning happen, and to get into that in a healthy way, and something that is actually in alignment with working towards your goals, or working towards a healthy relationship or a healthy co-parentship and things like that. It's like, okay, whoa, this was a lot. I didn't see it coming, but it did happen, and now here we are. What we're gonna do with this? Like, are you gonna let it defeat you, put you down, doubt yourself, doubt your abilities, or is it going to actually remotivate you, refocus you, and to move forward? Because we gonna have to move forward. That's what I'm hearing. And why? And I think that's the biggest question. Why did this happen to me? Yes, but the right question is, why did this happen for me? You see, and that's such a powerful shift of just, one word, basically. It happened for you, it happened for your future, it happened for your pathway. You can take out so many lessons from actually building yourself back up, and the Tower is here. You have the 10 of Swords twice, and it is about, okay, yes, it happened. Certain things came to light. It could have been something minor or major, because, every one of you guys are on your own journey, and this is a collective reading. But it's like, first, bring in the balance. You see, with Temperance card here, Temperance card indicates healing. It indicates patience and understanding, and just understand that things flow and flourish in divine timing, and to know that there is a new pathway opening up for you. And sometimes it's just, we're not ready to go upon the journey. But I see that if you take a moment to just shift some of that energy, and understanding that even if now everything is just sort of in a standstill, then that's the moment where you can take care of yourself for a little bit without thinking about what's next. You know, being in the present moment, aligning yourself, meditating, relaxing. Try to just relax in a moment, and then you can go upon your journey. You see, with the Eight of Cups, then it's time to let it go. Whatever has shown up, it's time to release yourself of all the emotions and just the weight. I'm feeling it's the weight. Maybe it's guilt. Maybe it's having a hard time forgiving someone or letting it go, or walking around with all these questions. And I see with the King of Swords, you taking on a very strict energy. It's like wanting to keep somebody. One sec. I feel that emotionally all you want to do is just let it go, heal, move forward, and then your mind might keep you constantly going back to questioning, needing to have payback or having something to make sense. It's like this is this battle between your emotional body just wants to retreat and heal and move forward and feel happy again, and then your mind just goes over it constantly, and it's weighing you down. You see with the 10 of Wands. So what they're saying with the Ace of Swords that comes in, during this month, it's like it's a clarity moment. It's a moment of like, this is not helping me. I don't have control over how people treat me. I don't have control, and it doesn't say so much about me and who I am and how lovable I am or unlovable I am, how somebody decides to treat me. I mean, maybe yes, by choosing to constantly stay in a situation that has constantly the same result, yes, that does say something about how much you love yourself, but not about how lovable you are. You see, it people show us so much about how we treat ourselves, how we deal with ourselves, the journey we're on. And so I see this energy coming in of like, I don't want to feel sorry for myself. I don't want to stay mad at someone. I don't want to keep on giving my energy to that individual, to that situation, to that job, that treated me this way. I'm going to take back my own personal power. I'm going to extend forgiveness to either myself, to other people, or I'm going to ask for forgiveness or to reconcile, basically to get the energy calm, again, with the Six of Cups, making things come together. And so you can let it go. Because it's on your mind. I see you going back and forth. Should I forgive? Should I not? Should I move forward? Should I not? Should I go back? Should I call? Should I wait? Should I do this? Should I do that? It's like going back and forth. So it's stuck. It's stagnant. You feel stagnant. You feel like you might never heal. You might never get over it. You might never find a job like that. You might not. But you will. All right? You will. Because we move from the Eight of Swords, understanding that you do have so much more control than you think you do, because this is really just a feeling of feeling trapped in this energy. But it's actually moving forward. See, the Tower is here. It's like, it's good. This is a tower you want. Okay, this is a tower of like clarity. Okay, so it is as is. All right, Wheel of Fortune, because it's instantly connected to the Wheel of Fortune. It's just a sudden shift, a sudden change, but it was coming. But because maybe you were too occupied with overthinking and feeling like you're stuck and feeling like nothing is ever going to happen, you didn't know it was coming. And it's important to sort of be in alignment with intuitive energy. You can feel something's coming, even if it hasn't shown up yet. You can just feel it in the air and then live with that energy. Embrace that energy. Instead of wanting to instantly make sense of it or put words to it or a picture or a label or something like that, and then you can believe it. Like sometimes it's like, I first want to see it, then I'll believe it. But it's like, no, I'll see it. If I believe it. I believe it, then I see it. All right, so you will have a rude awakening this month, or you might already had your rude awakening, but you'll see and start to understand why, because it was necessary to get you closer to yourself, but also like to get out of your own way so you can have the things that make you happy. And I think this is so powerful in this life. Like, we're all just trying to figure out what makes me happy, what is fitting with me, what's not. Is this the right partner? Is this not? You know, do I want to have children or don't I? It's like figuring yourself out. You are a person within yourself. And of course, the life experience changes you and evolves you. Of course, you want at one point different things. But you already have this sort of person, this part of your soul that's already within you. And by going on a quest, by taking on and ask yourself the right questions, and also and tuning in with your feelings, how does it feel? You know, and all of that and all of those things, you come closer to your core, to your center. A lot of people, it's like, you know, they are 60, for example, and it's like, yeah, would you want to go back to being 20? And they say no, because I didn't know who I was back then, or I wouldn't want to go through all of that again, like to just figure out myself. You know, it's like a journey, and they love being so confident in themselves. You see, for example, and this might be a weird thing to say, but when you go to a spa, you know, and a sauna spa, basically, so there you go there and you are actually, you know, nude. That's the thing. Mostly you see they're old people walking around. It's like, you know, I mean, all, you know, good to them, but like their bodies are not like 25-year-olds or something, when they're not caught up on that. They're just embrace their body. They're just happy with what they are. They know that their, you know, body gifted them children, or, you know, help them through life and serve them, and they're now here to just get some peace of mind and serve the body by the muscles, you know, gonna relax in the sun, and they just living their lives instead of being so caught up in, oh yeah, because I have this, you know, my stomach isn't flat today, so I can't go. And it's like, you know, all of those insecurities that we have by growing up, by having this ideal energy, like we need to constantly live up to something. And by a certain age, you just have accepted and embraced yourself as you are. And I think that feeling is just priceless, and you're getting so close. Sorry, Aries, by just accepting who you are and embracing yourself in that way. So I think that's very powerful. So you have the Tree of Autumn. It says, your most satisfying and profitable career comes from following your passions, listening to your heart, and doing what brings you joy. Your life purpose is best fulfilled by allowing your talents and true self to shine forth out into the world. I mean, it's very powerful, Aries, because that's exactly what we just spoke about. It's about coming closer to yourself, having things happening in your life that hurt or that might, you know, stir up feelings and emotions, and you're like, why? But it helps you to get close to the core, so you can actually come in alignment with that sense of happiness. And I think that is just beautiful. You have awakening, and, you know, different angles, because that's what the card is about. Look at things in a different way, and all will make sense. Don't worry if your progress is halted temporarily. Things will soon start to move again. Again, connected to that energy. I decided to not read the oracles before I started to do the reading. So I love that message. You have also a new earth. It's a very powerful card. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. All right? Keep holding on to the vision you have. And I think that C belongs to that vision. She's crowning your reading, the beautiful Queen of Pentacles, who is very emotionally balanced, financially stable, feeling like she has found a groundedness within herself and comes from that. And so she's in a place where she can give to others and help and extend that energy, and that makes her happy that she's capable of doing that for herself and for other people, you know. And not necessarily she in like feminine, like, you know, a female, she in your feminine, you know, and she's very powerful. All right, Aries, I'm gonna hop over to, or head over to Patreon now for the extended of this reading. Feel free to join me over there. I would love to see you at the extended. It would really help, the channel as well. But if that's not possible for you, that's no problem at all. I love you the same, of course. And otherwise, I'll see you back next month. Mwah. I love you, Aries. Bye. Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your November reading. Thank you for tuning in. This month's a little different. I already shuffled the cards, put them down on the table, as you could see in a pre-shuffle. Very interesting month for you guys. I know there's a lot of activation coming toward your 7th house by the time the full moon in Gemini takes place, and it's like in your 7th house, or your house of relationships, and it really does come forward in your reading basically. But also the 12th house, it is about things coming to light. All right, the truth is coming out. All the cards are out on the table, literally. But they are also really waking you up. All right, they really want to just wake you up with this spread. And I think it's really good, because I felt this as well for the Virgo energy. It's like really exposing the lower energy, the shadow side, but also understanding that it's getting you somewhere, it's bringing you somewhere and towards the light, basically, and positive energies coming in again. So what I feel and what I'm picking up on for you guys is that some of you are dealing with a relationship where you really are protecting and wanting to constantly sort of stay in the happy phase, right? Like things are flowing, things are going good, even though there's certain underlying issues. I don't feel like you really want to talk about things, all right? But the universe is guiding you towards talk about things. Okay, communication is key this month when it comes to your relationship. Communication. Sorry, I'm gonna have to take a sip of my tea. All right, let's go. My throat chakra is so activated today, so I'm sorry. Let's go in. All right. So basically, what I'm feeling is that there's a situation, dealing with someone, things are there are certain things hidden, all right? Certain things are not being spoken about, and they want you to have talk. Okay, communication is key. You might have had some trouble with communication in the month of October because of Mercury being in retrograde. But overall, it's all about exposing the truth. How are you really feeling? How's the other person really feeling, doing, right? It doesn't have to be necessarily a romantic partner. It could be like a friend, a business partner, a family member, someone who's just really close to you and you just feel like something's off. It's like someone shows you really like, I'm doing good and I'm well and it's all good. But then you're like on the fence about it. It's like, yeah, well... It's like your intuitive energy is telling you something, but you don't want to break the news. It's like for some of you, it's really just a friend or someone close to you is like really happy about their new partner or about, who they're dating or whatever. And you know something, or you can just pick up on something. It's like something's off and you don't want to be like sort of, rain on that parade and stuff. But it's important that things it's important to share it regardless of the outcome. I think you're being guided to expose the truth, and a lot of situations are coming to a close because the truth is exposed, and then from there on you can actually start a new cycle, start a new journey with or without the person. But it has to come to a certain close, right? Like it has to come to a certain conclusion. Okay, what we're doing, we can't just play nice weather and nice house when it's not so nice and things just because we're not talking about things mean that we're not fighting or having any discussions, but that doesn't mean that everything is just going good and flawless, right? So that's something that I'm feeling. I'm just picking up on underneath the surface. There's just things that are hidden and they are gonna come and being exposed. All right, so for some of you, it is you feeling this wave, like with the Sun and the Six of Cups, and it's all good, and we're reconciling, and we were doing, we weren't doing so well, but now we're coming close together, and then boom, it's like you being waked up basically to the truth. It's like, yeah, well, it ain't really like that, and that's just, it brings you out of balance, because I feel that I do understand why to take that approach, but it's still not 100% authentic. It's still not 100% the truth. If there are still things non-spoken about, right? And just walking around with certain feelings or, thoughts, or you're just thinking everything is good and sunshine when your partner isn't, really being completely open and transparent with you. I don't want to like freak you out or whatever. That's something you intuitively pick up on, and if there's something hidden, it will be shown to you. All right, I do see a shift and energy change in a dynamic between you and another person, because the Tower, it comes down, it's the foundation as you know it. It's good because it's not necessarily going to hurt you. It's hurt that's already there being exposed. All right, so maybe it's something that you already know happened, but now the feelings come, or now you have a different, you react differently to it. It's nothing new, but it's something you kind of already knew it, but it's like, it's still a shock. It's still like, whoa, wow, wait. I know that things weren't good, but like, you're really feeling this way, like you really want to take a break, or like, like that. That conversation, I think, is going to take place in the month of November. All right, so it's good because from that arises a new chapter. From that arises a closer connection, more peace to a connection between you and another person. But it's just a lot to deal with in one go. All right, I'm just going to be honest. Like, I'm not, like I said, don't feel like if this is not connecting to you, I'm going to get to another part of the reading. It might be old hurt. It might be an old realization about a previous relationship that now comes to the surface, because I feel it's just about hidden secrets that's going to come, to expose itself basically. And I think it's good. I think it's good to know, even though you don't want to get out of this energy, you're really protecting, like, no, I just want to stay happy. I want to stay in this happy place. I understand that, but if it's not authentic and 100% real, in the end of the day, you don't want it either. It's going to come up constantly. You might as well just sort of deal with it, lay it all out, and then build something new on a solid foundation, because I feel something ain't solid. So what happens when you decide to leave? Because some of you are really deciding to leave a connection. That's not for all, but for some of you, it's you actually actively taking the steps to walk away, because you want a fresh start, and you want honesty and truth and openness, also with yourself, but also from the other person. So I see some of you really are walking away, and that's not easy. That's not something that you thought you would do or thought you wanted to, but it's coming to a point where you can't ignore the red flags anymore. And the universe will definitely show you all the red flags with people around you. Don't necessarily instantly connect it to a romantic partner. It could be something else in your life where you might have been telling yourself, it's fine, I'll get through it, it's just for now, and then it just seems to like, okay, no, it's not working, I need to actually leave this behind and move forward. You see, and I see it's not easy. It doesn't come easy to you, even though you make it seem like it's easy and you're fine, of course, but behind the scenes things are playing out, and you have maybe hard time sleeping, or you're waking up in the night, or you're waking up really early and can't fall back asleep, very active head space. But what happens when all the things that were just sort of bottled up within you are now out? There's a sense of release. Releasing that energy is very powerful, because with the Wheel of Fortune right here, that, is the ending of the reading, it's like, yes, Nine of Swords. It is difficult. And you're going over and over and over it. And with the Everything is Fine card. And there's the release. This is a shift. This is a change. You're feeling like you're getting back up. Like things are moving up for you. And it's very powerful, because you have the Wheel of Fortune once again coming through via the Oracle card. Sorry. The wheel. See? Expect a sudden positive change in your life. You can now move forward and make great progress. So that's the thing with the Tower. Don't see it as necessarily something very negative, or it's the worst card to get. No, it's about releasing and being able to have progress in your life and forward movement. So a positive change in your life is going to come suddenly, which propels you to move forward. And you have the Five of Autumn, which I think is a very important message right now. Look at him. Focus upon the negative, or worrying about money or your career can block your progress. Because your trust and faith are at a low point right now, it's not the best time to start your own business or become self-employed. Right now it's time to just undo yourself of a way of dealing with feelings and emotions and insecurities, maybe. Like to build yourself up, to re-enlight that faith, that trust, because with this Eight of Cups as well, it's like, okay, this is the truth. I don't want this. I don't want something that on the surface looks good, but behind the scenes there's so much things hidden. I want something that's real, that's authentic. See, with the Two of Cups crowning your reading, with the Eight of Cups, okay, I'm going to move forward. I'm going to take up a new journey. I don't know what I will encounter on this journey, but anything better than these Eight of Cups, this emotional turmoil that I got on this pathway, which can make you stop, because when you leave and you end the cycle, it's just the acceptance is sometimes the hard part. Accepting that something is really over. You might have just been going back and forward a little bit with an ex, or with a job or something like that. And I feel like you're coming out of that energy and you're understanding there's something better for you. There's something more in alignment with your passion and with your purpose. And the thing is to really walk the pathway of purpose towards something that's in alignment with your soul, that makes you feel that sense of fulfillment. It's important to first undo yourself of all the ways that we can adapt, or we can adopt basically, and sort of go about things to make things fit that aren't fitting. And if you do that long enough, it becomes your second nature. But what's your first nature, what's in your nature, is that soul's calling. So to undo yourself of all the human and 3D ways and society ways that we get taught in school, and the way we get brought up, and all of these things, to undo yourself, that is a journey. It's not something you do overnight. But there is a sudden change happening this month that will help you move forward overnight. I'm going to read this card from the deck. It's I Remember, because it has a lot to do with seeing things from a different and a new perspective, which brings in that sudden change and those bright colors and energy again. All right, let me see. I remember. Hello, where are you? One more time. Yes, there we go. there was a moment before you were born when you chose the conditions of the life you're living right now. When you plotted out these exact moments along the timeline of your life. We live in a world of free will, and therefore, moments become our destiny only through saying yes. The fated life is the one we were born into. The destiny life is the one our soul chooses. And it takes courage and faith. If you pull this card, it's because you're likely now face to face with a choice to follow the destiny life or the fated life. To trust the path your calling is, your soul is calling you towards. And to remember that this moment was prearranged on your soul's time, on your life's timeline. Wow. You may find yourself at a crossroads, at a moment where you're being called to make a decision, to keep walking the perfectly laid out path before you or choose the one less traveled. You may be facing a change of career, a new relationship, a difficult decision, or something else that requires courage and faith. You're being invited to remember your soul's greater plan and to surrender to it. When you're confronted with a path that's undivined, it's normal to doubt, to rear its head. In fact, this is a certain sign that you're facing your soul's greater plan. Every hero in his or her life's journey comes eye to eye with doubt. The only way around it is right through it. It's all part of the larger plan. Wow, that's powerful, Sag. Definitely powerful. And that really does bring this whole reading together. Once again, I love oracle cards so much. I love the messages and how they always sort of are in alignment with what I was just channeling, and I love that so much. So that's the thing, it is normal to doubt and to go back and forth and not sure, but yet you feel that you want to, but you're not sure why, and it's just like a whole confusing situation. But at one point it's like this switch that happens. It's like, you know what, I want to give it a try though, because this pathway I'm walking now has constantly also showed me that it might not be the best for me in the long term. So look, the fated pathway, the perfectly aligned, or travel to a less traveled pathway. Take that pathway. So I see you do that. I see you doing that. Why not try it in a different way? Give yourself a couple months. You're being really supported to shift and work on the dynamics you have with other people. And the universe will guide you. Sometimes we feel like, why do we keep meeting the same people? Why is it all happening at the same time? Why is nobody here for me? Like, everybody all of a sudden very occupied and busy. It's really to just show you, like, where you are depending on other people for, and what you are actually doing for yourself, and where can you sort of find a new way in that. The universe is going to help you by showing you exactly who's real and who's not. Right? Okay, Sag, that was your YouTube reading. I'm now gonna jump onto Patreon for the extended. You can find the link for that in the description box. I'm gonna definitely dive a little bit deeper into that new pathway, and also a little bit more clarification on this situation over here. So, but if you are like, no, this was enough for me, I got it, I'm gonna go, go into the month of November like this, and it's totally fine. I love you the same. Just feel free to join me over there if that's something you feel guided to do. All right, I love you, and I'll be back soon. Mwah. Bye, Sag. It's almost your birthday season. I'll be back before that. Okay, bye. Alright, Aquarius, thank you for tuning in. This is your November reading. I hope you guys are doing good, staying safe and healthy out there. So basically I changed things up. I pre-shuffled for the first time actually, and I really like and enjoy it. I just sit with you guys' energy, I lay the cards down, I meditate a little, tune into the energy, and then just start to record. So there's that's basically where I'm at right now. So I feel like November will be a powerful month for you guys, alright? So I see with like the King of Swords and the Strength card energy, it's like you're really coming back in your own natural power, alright? So you are your mind is getting that clarity back, and you can actually use it again to like sort of get things done. I feel this energy, halfway through the month your career will definitely also get like a boost, and just feel like you want to be creative with new ways and new adventures, and just want to take on a whole different road. You're being really supported in that this month, so go for it. That's all I can say. Take it some time, make some space, so you can just get busy with it. Right? Get busy with it. I feel like maybe you're not picking up on that energy right now. You're like, I'm just tired or exhausted, I don't have any space. But I feel during the month things are starting to sort of come to you, and this energy is starting to really flow towards you. So keep your energy open. For the rest, I just see things coming towards you, some equal give and take. If you have been putting in a lot of time, energy, and effort in, for example, a job or something like that, you're starting to really receive some of that abundance back. Okay, so I see that energy is starting to flow. They're also guiding you towards trusting and using your intuitive guidance to create, to make decisions, and to just let it guide you basically forward in these new adventures. I see a lot of healing coming to a connection between you and another person. This might be a past connection, it might be somebody who's passed away, but I feel like there's this new way of looking at an old situation, or allowing new energy to flow into an existing connection. So basically that's what I'm feeling like, just overall healing, being more patient with one another, having more compassion and kindness to one another, or just towards yourself. And with that you can just give yourself some space to just try out some new things, instead of being too practical or being too critical on yourself, while you're just vibing and trying things out. Right, so basically I do see that there are certain things hidden, so they haven't really shown up yet, and that's why it's really it's kind of logical that you are still a little bit on the fence about a new beginning or a new adventure. Like you're still holding on to past experiences. It's good to be conscious, Aquarius. It's good to be conscious of like what's going on, who are you dealing with, right? When you just meet people, it's like, okay, it's normal that you don't instantly jump in. But the communication is key. Why are you being on the fence? Communicate about it. Really try to get to the core of things, instead of just walking away, or keep walking around and acting from a place of I don't know if I trust you. Your intuitive energy is really heightened this month. So if you all of a sudden have this feeling, and it's not necessarily a very strong reason for it, but you just cannot shake the feeling, is your intuitive energy. All right, you like definitely during Scorpio season, our intuition and just in general the spiritual realm is a lot more closer to us. It's a lot more activated, and it's really also trying to sort of give us certain gifts and wisdom and insights where we can continue our journey on into a new year basically. So I have 3 beautiful oracle cards that came with that. You first have the dove, and the dove is also just look how beautiful it is, with the abundant fountain. This is the beginning of a new emotional experience for you. It may be first blush of romantic love, the rebirth of a current relationship, or the awakening of spiritual sights and gifts. So I haven't even really tuned into these cards yet. I just laid them down and I started recording, but definitely it makes sense. Or the awakening of spiritual gifts and insight. It's what we were just talking about. All right, Six of Winter. This is also the release card. I'm first going to go here. You see how beautiful the peacock is. And it's the card of release. So that's really fitting with the fall season, right? And that energy. It's time to release the past and move on to something new. This ending is the first step on the way to a happier future. So hard things come to an end. There might be an ending in a connection. There might be something coming to an end, from one career to another, or from one house into another, one connection to another. It's a transition period, and letting something go and really energetically cleansing yourself of it and healing from it takes time. It's not always something that just happens overnight. Some things do, some things change overnight, but most things take time, and is a journey. And I think really allowing the last part, just let the last part go and release it, is opening you up to new adventures and new opportunities. Because I really do feel like something big is happening for you. I feel that very strongly. It's gonna come in, and I think you're gonna start to see the first signs in the month of November. Things are different, and of course the world is at chaos, but we're being asked to, even if we are conscious of what's happening outside, ourselves and outside our home, or outside our country or outside our state. Yet this is such a powerful month to also take on that own individual journey. How are you doing? I mean, I know there's a lot going on in the world, and I know that it affects all of us, some more than others, depends on how much of an empath you are. But it is important that regardless of what's going on, how are you doing? How are you feeling on an individual journey, on an individual level? Where can you sort of reconnect a part of yourself back to yourself? Like, how can you call in another part? How can you explore another part of yourself, or call her back in, or him, and to just say like, okay, I want to work on reconnecting with my own ability of trusting my own intuition. Maybe you want to take time and create space to connect with your own creative energy flow. Maybe you want to call in a piece of yourself that, maybe wants to become a parent. And maybe you want to explore that piece. Like, where am I in that phase? Is it something that still belongs to me? Is it something I still want? Or do I want to create some space to really go deeply into it? Like, write things down or look up the options and really just explore that part of myself. How much did I grow in that area of my life, of myself? And I think it's really good to use your King of Swords energy to look practical at certain things and really separate them from one another, because then you can also really get to the core. Because if you can have two things working together, your heart, your feelings, your emotions, because you do have them, you're sensitive, very on an internal level, externally not so much, well, not often at least. So a lot of times I'm really misunderstood, and that you're actually, you have feelings and you have a lot. So by using this ability to see things as separate, because there is so much going on, because 2020 is so loud, and noisy, and so separating certain parts from one another really helps you, even if it's hard, even if you're going through other things, even if you're dealing with a loss. Is there still an ability to sort of take time and create, and still have a good laugh, or still have a nice afternoon, or relax yourself in a bathtub? Can you use that beautiful King of Swords ability, because you have it, the practical side of things, being able to separate certain things, use it for your advantage, use it to serve you, and with that serve the world. Because if you're at your best, the world has another leader, you know, well, not another leader to tell them what to do, but like leading them into tomorrow. All right, maybe I'm going too deep now. Maybe, you know, call it back in. I need a piece of myself. You have the rescue cat as well. And that's a Six of Swords. Six of Swords always tries from going into turbulent water into clearer water, more peaceful, more stable. Yet we're not there yet. We're still out on the sea, but it's more peaceful. It's more calming, and we can see clearly. And I think that that's the thing. Your water becomes more clear. Your head space becomes clearer. And instead of it attacking you and making it harder for yourself, it is actually here to serve you now and help you get through certain things and help you release certain parts and help you invite that new energy in that's coming and that's around you. I see you bringing in justice with that. Because quickly, things can go pretty quickly, all right? If you have like one goal in mind and you focus on that, quickly you have another thing added to it. But it's the art to understand, no, right now I created this space to focus on this. If something else is calling in, it is sometimes there to test you. It's sometimes there to let you know, like, hey, it's a part of it, so let's look at that. But mostly when you are, for example, reading a book, you know, and you're reading a book, a paper book, all right? Versus reading a book online on your phone, maybe. Then the chances are big that there's a notification popping up and this and that. It's important that you understand that that's the world, and it's up to us to create a space where we can focus on one thing at a time and not being distracted, because they always want to distract us. They always want to keep us on longer. They always want us to check something else and do something different. So maybe use your phone this month really as just to serve you instead of take from you. So maybe take some moments, like really put it on silent for time to time if that's something that's not possible, like just small amount of times. Maybe try not to take it to the bedroom, you know, take something else, take something different, maybe a book, but to really be conscious of like, hey, what am I doing and what is taking from me and what's getting me out of my focus, what's getting me out of this space where I really want to be in, but then there's something else knocking on the door, or there's a notification popping up. Maybe put your notifications off for certain things, to just try it out. How much are you being distracted? I mean, honestly, we don't know unless we're really consciously separated from each other and look at that. How much energy are you wasting on overthinking a situation before you actually try something, and then after all the overthinking and contemplating and going over it and having anxiety about it, and then actually doing it and feeling, oh, it wasn't even that hard, it wasn't even that, you know, scary, or it wasn't even that complicated. Why did I make it so complicated? So yeah, like have that individual journey and talks with yourself this month, because it's going to serve you very well. The rescue cat. The challenging times are coming to an end, and you can now breathe a sigh of relief. Let the past go and embrace the happier times ahead. All right, I was stumbling over my words because I was like, again, because this is also let the past go. Release it. Release the past. Let the past go and embrace the happier times ahead. A new emotional experience for you, Aquarius. It's very deep. Very deep. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to continue this reading actually on Patreon for my Patreons. If you want to become part of the Patreon family, you're more than welcome. I'd love to see you over there. The link will be in the description box of this video. If you can't do that, don't worry about it. I love you the same, and I will be back soon on YouTube as well. So yeah, no pressure. All right, I love you so much, and I'm so excited for this new energy for you guys. Okay, mwah. Bye. Go get him, Aquarius. Go get him. Welcome, Gemini. Thank you for tuning in. This is your November reading, as you can see, and if you're familiar, if you here for the second, third, or 300th time, and then you know that I normally don't pre-shuffle, and I did. I just felt guided to do it this month this way, and it's I just flow with that. So I hope you guys like it this way. Let me know, because I feel like I'm more focused on channeling the messages instead of constantly like shuffling the cards. So yeah, I'm just trying it out like this. Anyway, let's jump in. What I feel for you for the month of November, and I feel like that's something that's still dribbling in from like October, we're still taking it a little bit to November, is sort of the battle of the twins. Okay, it's not the battle of the century, it's the battle of twins, of you, of your two-sided self, And what I feel is you are taking some time out for yourself, and I feel that with most air signs. I really had that with Aquarius as well. And in a way, you guys are all connected because of your air element. But what I feel is like really taking some time out for yourself. How are you doing? Checking in with it more, how are you doing within? How is your heart doing? How is your soul? Are you vibing? Are you in alignment? Are you allowing things and people in or content in that is taking you off your pathway, that's taking you out of your good feelings and good vibes? Are things triggering you, and how much are they triggering you? Are you able to just, in the end of the day, just let the day be the day and let it go, and go to sleep more like peacefully? Can you sleep? Are you having sleep issues or not? Like really just checking in, like hello, looking in the mirror, hello, how are you doing? But like for real though, just checking in. I see that you are craving to challenge yourself. Like sort of there's this underlying feeling, I don't know, but it's like, you know what, I want to sort of tune out to everything I normally do, like all my daily routines. I'm just gonna put them to the side for a little bit, and I'm gonna tune out, and tune in, basically check out the external world, because there's so much happening, there's so much going on, and then it's also a perfect time to really just check in and tune in with yourself. Like even if outside it's for example, when outside it's raining right now, it's like been raining all day, right? But it doesn't mean that it has to rain inside the house. It doesn't mean it has to rain inside of me. I can just shine my light as bright as I want, right? I know I don't want to put it that way, but let's move on. Anyway, about the challenge, like really just here with the Hermit, it's like I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to, for example, do a 30-day journaling thing. Like I'm just really just gonna journal, like write down everything I feel. Or maybe you want to sort of do a bullet diary, like really just for each week. You might want to make a certain page and just cut little pieces out and craft and place it there, and like a leaf from the street, I don't know, like you just want to create like what is representing your week, like sort of making a mood board about how you've been feeling, what you've been doing this week, like something like that, something creative but different, like in a different way. And I feel this new moon, this new moon in Scorpio, but definitely the full moon that's coming up tomorrow, and I'm really channeling the energy already strongly. That would really maybe enlight that within you. It's an interesting Halloween night with a full moon in Taurus, and it's a blue moon, so it's like once in a blue moon stuff can happen and stuff can take place. Things can shift and change overnight. So I see that you're being really supported by your angels or your guides or the universe or God or Allah, like in any way, like however you want to put it, whatever label you are comfortable with. with your higher self, of course, not to forget. Like being supported to do that. Like, okay, like what if you take away everything that makes everything easy? And for the first time, I'm reading this Eight of Swords card this way. Like, what if you actually put yourself up to a task? Can I get myself out of this? Like, you know, I'm just really gonna tune it in. I'm not gonna do all the daily routines what I normally use to like shift my energy, make myself feel better, or distract me, or shift my energy. No, I'm gonna take on this challenge. You see, you have those dropouts, right? Dropouts, is that what it's called? Like when you actually sort of kidnap a person, but like they know they're gonna sort of get kidnapped, like they're okay with it, and you drop them somewhere, and then they kind of have to find their way back home. Like they kind of have to, I don't know if it's fun, I'm just saying, like I don't know if it's your thing, but like maybe to do that spiritually with yourself, to really just find your way back, is to take yourself out of your comfort zone, and you want to take it on, you know, the challenge basically. So no matter what comes at you, I see when you're in that state, your mind, your brain, your thought processes, your inner voice basically inside your head, your ego talking. I'm not saying that ego is bad, but ego is, you know, really conscious and, you know, sort of talks to you. Is like coming at you, and you're like, no matter what, I'm not gonna lose my peace. I'm not gonna give up my inner peace for this. You know, no matter what's coming at you, because there's a lot happening. If we just look, for example, at the, you know, the election, like it can be intense. Like it's everywhere. You walk out of the door, it's there. Like it's in your face all the time. So you're like, no, but I'm gonna stay centered in my contentment, in my good feelings, like I'm gonna feel it. I'm not gonna let my mind only deal with it. I want to also experience it on a, you know, emotional level basically. So you get a lot of fire coming from that, a lot of passion, feeling rejuvenated, feeling like you're rising from the ashes. That's how I feel. And you're starting to have this unwavering faith that comes to you. It's like, whoa, I know, I tuned down all the noise, and now I'm like, whoa, like I can see, like I can hear it, I can feel it. It's like everywhere. Magic is everywhere. I can pick up on it everywhere. I'm so like fascinated. And it's exciting, and it's a journey, and I see you coming in your Queen of Wands energy, ready to take it on, ready for a new adventure. So I think here with the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands, it's like, I'm gonna take myself from this place into this place, you know. And I see that it also comes in with the money, like, you know, when your finances, they also get a boost, you know. It's like it's not necessarily because you all of a sudden have all this income. It's like you look at it differently, so you don't feel that sense of lack, and you start to manifest more and more out of that spot, out of that place. Look at how good this energy is. The moment the shift happens, it's all about, I just want to be happy, I just want to be content, I just want to experience happiness, you know, and feelings. I want to feel things. I also want to feel the sadness, and I want to feel the hurt, but I want to at least experience it on a deeper level. I don't want to live on the surface. I feel like you've been doing it a little bit this year, which is normal. It's not, you know, not anything wrong. But to come out of that is like almost waking up, right? So the Golden Retriever, you got this card. Look how cute the puppies. Oh, they're so cute. Contentment comes from knowing that your finances are secure and your family material needs are taken care of. It's important to honor traditions and have pride in your inheritance and accomplishments of your ancestors. Wow, it's beautiful. You might actually channel some ancestral wisdom this month, and you're like, wow, what have I been doing? Like, I need to change things. You might actually figure out some history about your own family and, you know, your own bloodline basically. You might be doing a DNA test or something, not necessarily because you think like, is my daddy and my mom my mom. No, maybe you just want to know, what is my inheritance? Like, where do I come from? I still need to do one, because not because I don't believe that my parents are my parents, but I don't look like anyone of the family. Like, I don't physically look like anyone. For example, I'm 1 meters 59. No, 58. I'm sorry. I always thought I was 59 until I turned like 21. And it was like, oh la la. They took away 1 centimeter. Oh, god damn it. Anyways, let's move on. I'm really short, okay? Let's just put it like that. I think I'm 5.1 foot. Like, I'm 5.1. I don't know if that is true. If my phone was charged, because it never is, it's always empty, because when I do my readings and I have phones too close, the battery goes out. Oh, I don't know why I wanted to share all these weird ass facts about myself. What is that all about, Gemini? Let's just move on. I'm short. My brother, like my sister, was already, I think, like this part bigger than me at the age of 11, right? And I'm 4 years older, almost 4 years. So that was interesting. What I just wanted to say is that I would love to know, where did I pick it up, because I'm also always really tan, and the rest are like, they burn really quickly, like sunburn really quickly. I never did that in my, like, it never happened to me in my entire life, and I adore the sun because it rejuvenates my energy. But it's just, maybe that's the thing. Maybe you're figuring that out, and it helps you to sort of put certain things into place. Like, I know, for example, that I come from a very strong feminine line of women. You know, it's like my mother's grandmother was her own, like, I think it was in the 1940s, maybe, something like that. She owned her own business, and she was divorced. And I was like, I don't even know if it was possible, but she divorced, and she was like, I'm done. And had her own business. And that was my grandmother's mother. So, basically, same with all the other women and you know, that came after that. And I always feel that frequency, that energy. I pick up on that. I get, you know, energy from that. I actually have this little thing here. She was a Libra. See, it was her necklace. That is actually from my grandmother's mother, right? So my mother's grandmother, and she's one of my like one of my spirit guides, basically, that I use to help you guys. She was very psychic as well, and it's kind of always skips generations. So my mother is sensitive to energy, but I've been really heightened since I was a young child. And to know that, and I found that, I received that like years ago, and it came back to me, and I was like, okay, and I now use it very close to me when I, you know, do my reading. So it's like receiving power from that it's such a personal thing, yet also it's an external thing, and you can use it to enhance certain things and qualities within yourself. And by understanding and knowing and taking time to just do that own, like, where do you come from, instead of just taking on other people's information and things and ways. Like, maybe you want to come close to your own bloodline or know more about your own family, and maybe it just clears up so much karmatic energy, and you can really break through some cycles. And I think getting excited about that is just something so personal and anything but practical, you know. And I think that this is very spiritual, so that will heighten all this faith and energy and excitement. Like, I'm even picking up on it. I don't know if you're like already gone right now, because it's like, where's this going? Where is this going? Where's this even about, you know? Yeah, so you have the Two of Spring as well. It's the Pelican. I love how like misty and mysterious the water is, because it's like morning, I believe. Let me see. All right. Your vision, creativity, and dedication to your cause have brought you great success. In fact, it might be in your best interest to get a partner to assist you in your endeavors or expand the number of people helping you. Wow, you might actually add some more people to the team, Gemini. Add some more people. You know, I think it's very powerful. Yeah, to just embrace that if you're doing good, you don't have to necessarily, by allowing other people to help you out is also building that sense of trust, with other people, and it can help you even in your love life, But like, for example, like I call in my great grandmother, and she is part of my team, even though it's not physical, but I'm calling in her help. So it could also come in a way like that. You might be channeling or get a message from your ancestors. And I think honoring them is so important, and I don't think we're focused on that enough in society in general. It's just like generation to generation to generation, but like, what do we learn, how we grow, what's the connection with us and the people that walked in, we're walking in their footsteps, and what can we learn, what's the wisdom? Can we just take some time to connect with the people who are no longer here, but their souls, their spirits? It's on everything that we see and touch and smell and taste every day, their mark is on it. So yeah, I'm just gonna go take a break, and then I'm heading over to Patreon, and I'm gonna go deeper into this reading. So if you're excited about that, you want to join me in the extended, then you're more than welcome, and you can find the link in the description box. I'll be more serious, okay? I'll try. You guys give me all this energy, I can't help it. Like, I don't know what's happening to me. I'm living for it though. I've been waiting to feel this way. Like, we went to a loss this week. Our bunny passed, and it was just really sad. Very just all of a sudden. But I noticed that a lot of spiritual souls, like, animal spirits, are passing on, and a lot. Like, I see it and hear it so much around us. So I know she's in a good place, and she's with her bunny family, who was also a part of our life at one time. So it's good, but it's sad, and it's, so I really enjoy being in you guys' energy. So thank you so much for that. I love you, Gemini, and have an amazing Halloween and full moon if you watch this on time, or if I post this on time. Okay, it's a project, so maybe not, maybe I will. Mercury, be kind to us. All right, I love you. I'm going to check out, take a break, and I'll try to be more serious, okay? Mwah. Bye. See you on Patreon, or I'll see you back on YouTube. Bye. Welcome, Libra. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is your November reading, and like you guys can see, if if it's not your first time here, then you know that I do not normally pre-shuffle my cards, but I did this time around. So let me know if it's something you guys like or not. I feel like now I can really just sit with the energy and tune in and just channel the messages for you guys, and I like to try it in a different way. So basically, let's just have a look. All right, there's a lot going on in the spread, but what I love about it is the fact that you are crowning your own reading. He came out as the last card, and last card I use to crown the reading, and that's the energy that I'm feeling for you guys. And it's not necessarily like, okay, it's you're crowning your own reading. I mean, that is a sign of power and standing in your power, but I feel like you are out to get some justice, all right? And to get justice and to really just receive the things that you deserve to receive, or get justice from a situation of somebody may not, being honest or open. You need to sort of know what's happening behind the scenes, what's happening behind the scenes, but also your back. Are people talking about you? Are they appreciative? Or how are they communicating with you or about you? And all those things are coming to a light. Okay, like I feel like this Taurus full moon that is actually activating right now. It's like, it's actually tomorrow, but I feel the energy is already really heightened. And during Halloween, it's just, there's some real truth coming to light. Okay, but I don't necessarily perceive it as negative as at all. I don't see that it brings you in a weaker position, or it brings you out of balance. It's more like, okay, this is what it is. I thought it was like this, but I'm glad that I know that it's actually not. Or there's so much more going on beneath the surface. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to put my time and energy and effort in this person, in this relationship, in this job, in this career anymore. I'm going to go a different direction. And this month helps you really to have like a clear headspace and clear mind of making those cuts, and to know like, okay, this needs to go and this can stay, or this I want to focus on, or this I don't no longer want to put my energy towards. This is what really is, and this is what it wasn't. So getting those answers and getting that clarity sometimes can be really raw, and real. It's like, it's raw. It's like scratching paper, basically. It can feel like that, but it also is very nice to just know the truth and what's what. And from that point, you can really use your Libra air sign energy to make a clear decision. And nothing is really hidden or unclear. It's like crystal clear that a person is either trustworthy or not, or something is working and has potential and you should focus on, or not anymore, right? What you want to keep and what you want to continue walking towards, and what you want to leave behind. I do feel that you're getting a closer connection with a group of people around you. Like, it's maybe some people you have disconnected a little bit from, maybe it's like family because of COVID and stuff we've been through, and a lot of separation of just the normal routines. Maybe you used to go and see your family all the time, and now you haven't seen them physically, hold them, hug them, had fun, did movie nights or anything like that in a very long time. And if you separate yourself from a group of people that you normally receive something from, but also enlighten something inside of you when you are around these people with their energy and things like that, you can sometimes just sort of get removed from a part and piece of yourself. And I think that is, this month is really about rediscovering that, like, oh, I haven't felt this way in a long time. You might have had some, I don't know, maybe you had a Zoom call, or you did just something exciting with people you normally used to see a lot or be around a lot, and now you actually re-enlight that and revisit that, and it reminds you of a part of yourself. It might be a new group of people that are interested in things that you used to really be focused on, but somehow life happened and you got removed from that, and now you're like, you know what, I want to get back into tennis. Maybe just something random. I used to really enjoy playing tennis. I used to meet people. I used to have things to do in the weekend. Used to help people out. Used to talk and just release some of that energy and just feel good about myself. Like, why haven't I played tennis in so long? Maybe just to pick it back up, and then you get back into something that reminds you of yourself, part of yourself, but also the energy of people that also love to play tennis. It's maybe different people than people that work that don't. I'm just using something for example. It could also just be spiritual. Maybe you want to do a full moon ritual in this month, or a new moon ritual with like feminine energy. Maybe you've been around a lot of masculine energy and you want to invite more femininity and just sisterhood or brotherhood into your life, and to just by meeting up with similar groups or a group of people that have certain interests and connect to you in a part of you that you haven't been connected to for that much, is very powerful and very enlightening. Like, it's like clearing up a lot of fogginess, a lot of uncertainties, and it just feels good. And once you start to actually focus on, hey, what makes me feel good, what used to make me smile, laugh, or just forget about time, or forget about stress, or forget about this or that, when was the last time I actually had fun? Was not doing things because I had to do them, and they were on my list of to do. And so then all of a sudden you're like, ooh, what else is out there? Maybe you're getting back in the dating pool, and that person you're meeting up with might enlighten some, old feelings or some old sensual frequencies, which also helps your creative energy flow. You're like, what else is out there? Or maybe you bake a cake. Let's go take it a little bit back. Scorpio season, Maybe, you bake a cake and you're like, wow, I haven't baked a cake for so long. This is so good. You know what else I want to bake? I'm going to make an apple pie. Like, the vibes for fall season, and chocolate milk and things like that. I don't know. It's just, you're like, ooh, what else can I do? I like this. I haven't focused on this. And so you're going on your own individual journey and things this month, and you're taking a little adventures left and right. And I think that's just the frequency you're being pushed towards. And this lunar eclipse on the 30th of November actually will happen in Gemini, and so that's connected to your 9th house. That will definitely help you to find that place and to gain a lot of benefits from that place this next coming months. Okay, so from November to, like, let's say next eclipse season, it's just activated, it's here. So I see with the Hanged one upright. I normally don't read reversals, but I'm calling it upright because she's upright. It's no longer hanging on the tree. She's upright. As you're getting enlightened and you're getting some spiritual downloads and wisdom, you might have some vivid dreams. You might receive a lot of signs or messages, and it just does help you once again to make decisions because of the clarity you received. It's like, okay, ready to make some cuts. Ready to cut out some bullshit left and right. I see with a person, it might be a certain individual that had been in your life for quite some time. It's not something new, but it might resurface and it might popped up, so it felt like it just came in, but it's not. There's history there, and you're like, ugh, I don't want to do another round of this. I don't want to go do this anymore. And now by resurfacing or revisiting it, or something, push you back into that connection, or thinking about it, or having to deal with it, you're like, wow, I'm so happy I'm not going to do that anymore. What was I thinking? It's like inner conversations. So quick moving things are popping up for you. Definitely also with the Prince of Winter right here. You see that really racehorse energy. It is asking you to make quick decisions because a lot of information might come at one time. So make sure that you are focused, and you're not trying to walk around with certain things too long and overthinking too much before you make a decision. If it's like that, it's just like that because they want you to move forward and they want you to go up on your journey, all right, and travel to new things, new places, new heights of yourself in your own individual journey. So it's important to check in with yourself. How you feeling? How you doing? What do you need? And you see once again 3 beautiful hummingbirds coming together and just, they're just finding themselves, seeing themselves in the group, but also have their own individual thing that they add to the group, so it becomes a whole. That's what I'm feeling. And I have the same thing with the Three of Cups right here. You have an exciting reason to celebrate, such as an engagement, a wedding, and a graduation or birth announcement. Remember to cherish those you love. So remember to embrace and cherish those you love and who stand close to you. I think it's just overall a really beautiful message. And you have also find your center. And I think that's really connected to the Gemini reading I just did. Your outside world is a reflection and a manifestation of what's going on inside you at this time. When the outside world becomes so hectic and stressful that your anxiety starts to overwhelm you, then it's an ideal time to stop and to ask, when was the last time I checked in with myself? And it's very important in November. It's going to be externally a loud month, right? It's going to be loud. It's like there's, with the elections in the States, and even if you're not living in the States, it's still everywhere. It still constantly pops up, and it's hard not to see it, hard not to know what's going on, or have people's opinions in your ear, or frustrations or fears or things like that. Especially in these type of things when they're so loudly outside, it's important to also have something going on individually on your own, without that's not connected to the things that are going outside that door. Because when we are focused on healing and transforming our own individual journey, it sends out an energy to the rest. So it also helps the collective in more ways than you can think. So it is important to, if you're starting to feel triggered, if you're starting to feel afraid or scared or feelings, and because it's not just that, there's like things happening in friends, and it's a lot, all right? And when it gets this hectic, it's important to have those moments of peace, have those moments of silence, and not constantly be up and running, all right? Extend yourself that peacefulness, give yourself that, grant yourself that, and then it's better you're in a better position to absorb information and external things that are happening in the world, that will always be happening in the world. Different ways, different levels, but there's always a lot of things we can feel sad or worried about, and to find a balance. But this month it's all about, you got this, you got the balance. Like this month you're in your power, like you're using the thing that sometimes really works against you by needing the balance. This month you got it, so then there's space for other things, right? And then space for forward movement to work from that balanced place. All right, I'm going to head over to Patreon now to dive deeper into this reading. I'm going to pick up another tarot card deck to clarify these messages and to see if we can get deeper into it. Please feel free to join me over at Patreon. I would love to see you there. But if that's not an opportunity for you right now, don't worry about it. I'll love you the same, and maybe in the future, or I'll just see you back here on YouTube. I still really appreciate the fact that you guys come on here and watch the readings, okay? Mwah! Go get them, Libra. You got this. I love you. Bye.